Autobots' home planet of Cybertron. Cybertrons. Cybertron. Cybertrons. Cybertrons.
Now returning you to the children of Primus.
First of all, let me just say, it's a new one with highbrow. I hadn't seen that one before.
Fresh,
but also,
fresh.
Anybody get this figure yet?
Studio Series Galvatron. I can't say that I have, unless that's a 3-1. Oh no, it's the actual one. You can tell because the chunk of stuff at the back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember seeing him when I got my Ironhide.
Yeah, I had a funny experience. My fiance Jess, who is not super into Transformers and mostly knows it through me, saw that one on the shelf and was like, "Age of Extinction? Why is this very old figure on the shelf?" Because to be like, they reissue the Studio Series, but about whatever. Anyway, welcome to Frenzy Freestyle Sundays. Once we're done jawing, and once our Lord and Master DJ Spinister gracefully returns to us, we will begin that.
Warm welcome, Ninny Bong.
Yeah.
Can we single out who has the Soundwave interference here?
Probably not me. It's just me. There you go. There's the Soundwave interference.
So today we have an awesome special edition.
Yeah.
And Jeopardy is it's actually a Canadian game show. And what's really cool about Jeopardy is it started with Alex Trebek as the host. And him and I actually share a hometown together of Sudbury, Ontario, which I find really cool. Yeah. So it's really awesome we're doing Jeopardy here on the show.
Yeah. And, rest in peace to Alex Trebek, the last game show host without a gimmick, whose whole gimmick was just being straightforward and possibly with a side of lightly roasting his guests when it came time to talk to them, but in a classy way.
Yeah, he's great.
Bit of trivia here. Decepticons finished them off, but I wrote the questions initially and had to try and figure out what I knew versus what other people would reasonably know. And a quiet little secret is many of the questions I came up with are things that I've discussed over the last couple of years on my bot reviews over at Children of Primus, mostly because it was on my mind. Yeah, no idea how it'll go. This is our first time for anything. There's a first time for everything, and this is one. But I'm eager to see how it goes. Yeah.
Freakenstein, are you wearing your headphones?
Yeah.
If you're asking about the crinkling, that is the delicious snacks that Sedembach is enjoying in the back.
Oh yeah, that might be it.
Mute.
Hey, don't show what you're eating. They got to pay us if they want that kind of exposure. Yeah. So the big thing that's on everybody's minds right now is there was that convention there. What did you say it was called again?
It was Energon something. I can't remember exactly what it is.
It was on the other side of the world.
It was in Singapore, I believe.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. There's a Twitter account. It's a very popular one called Crazy Ass Moments in Transformers History. If you're not following it, I recommend it. The guy that runs it got to go there, so he had a bunch of behind-the-scenes stuff of like, what it was like over there. They had guys in full costumes and stuff talking to people. Seemed really nifty. But the big news out of there was, of course, the couple of reveals. One that you'll care about if you're a 2002 guy, and one that you'll care about if you're a 1984 guy.
Or in
the
my case,
1984
both.
one, yeah, the 1984 being Origin Wheeljack, aka Episode 1 Wheeljack, to accompany. Oh god, I should have put them in my hands. Where are they? Origin Jazz and Origin Bumblebee. And he's going to be a Voyager apparently because somebody sneaked a picture at back of the box and confirmed that if you have the Origin Bumblebee figure, the one that changed into the hovercraft, he can fit into the back of Wheeljack.
Yeah.
Nothing at the convention said that, but somebody was able to get a little picture of the back of the box showing that off.
Nice.
So we have that to look forward to. And then the other big reveal is the next Titan, which is Transformers Armada Tidal Wave. Which is a pretty big deal because the character, both on the show and in the very memorable video game, was portrayed as huge, like a whole robot, an aircraft carrier scaled so that robots could crew it. But his toy back in the day wasn't that big, so him getting this humongous Titan class figure is like giving the Armada kids like finally the appropriately huge version of the character they always wanted. And then there's a really funny bit of engineering with it. The original Tidal Wave toy could combine with Armada Megatron, right? But that's not really feasible with the modern one because he's a giant Titan and Megatron's a leader class figure. So Tidal Wave ejects smaller versions of himself that can combine with Legacy Armada Megatron like the old toy could. And it's kind of funny to look at. They made it so they're like parts of him and they come out of him, but I'm like, there's a tiny replica of my torso in the back of me and a tiny replica of my vehicle front and side and whatever. So you can pull them out and combine them with the new Armada Megatron like the old one did.
Yeah, I remember
like
TJ Omega like going back and forth. Like, I hope they have it that they don't give up the splitting up in the tree smaller boats. And then he said, and he did call it right on what he was thinking, how if he did do the armorizing gimmick, how they would do it, i.e. having the smaller versions of the bigger parts. And I know
it's a really interesting solution because I followed like the discourse around that, and half of the people were like, they need to make a Titan Tidal Wave because he needs to be huge, and half of them were like, they need to make a smaller one so he can combine with Megatron. So this is a really kind of a funny way to like allow it to do both.
Right.
Have your cake and eat it too.
I also seen some new Megatron that I guess it wasn't released years ago and they're releasing it now. He's a tank, but it looks really super clean like G1 when he transforms.
Oh, I think maybe the Bumblebee concept Megatron? Is that the one?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know, but when I looked at it, it looked fantastic. And, I was like, about time they got that tank into G1. Like, there's been many tank Megatrons, but they have not come across as like how he looks when he transforms. Like, still, like, excuse me, if he was transforming into the gun.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. that's pretty much Megatron's default alt mode now.
Yeah.
Pistols.
Like, if he can't ever be a gun, then you turn him into a tank, which is kind of like a gun on wheels. So maybe that's why. The other big thing to happen this week, or this week, or possibly last week, is rumors from a source that is typically fairly reliable, that says that the next Studio Series Commander after Ultra Magnus, because it's going to be the anniversary, is going to be a Commander class 86 movie G1 Optimus Prime, which is sort of people feel mixed about that, because people are like, they've done a lot of Optimuses, but if they do it as a Commander class like Rodimus Prime was, they can afford to do the whole enchilada in terms of the stuff he comes with, like a big trailer,
roller,
a robot that maybe sort of resembles the new Masterpiece but scaled down, because that's how they tend to do these things.
Well, I'll tell you what it looks like. It looks like that hidden gem Optimus Prime that we just seen a little while ago. That's what it looked like to me. That's exactly what it looked like to me.
Missing Link Optimus?
Yeah, that's what it looks like. Exactly like that. I was like, I've seen this a million times already. What are you doing, Hasbro? And it's like, okay, maybe it's not the same one, but damn, does that look like a clone?
Yeah. I had a funny bit of speculation this week, which was people are talking about what they would want from this figure, and they're like, okay, the trailer has to have roller, has to do the combat deck thing, has to be fully colored up. And then I was like, the Missing Link one already does that. It would be kind of funny if the Studio Series Commander just uses the exact same trailer and just has a show accurate robot instead of a toy accurate robot as the main thing.
Exactly what I was saying. It looks the exact same. Maybe it's a different size. I don't know, but it looks the exact same. I was like, I know I've seen this 1,000 times already. People send this to me all the time. Are you getting this? Are you getting this? No, I'm good.
Reminds me when Kingdom first started to come out, ages after I knew about it and even had some things. I had people that weren't really into Transformers but are of the same age as me messaging me being like, hey, did you know they're bringing back Beast Wars? And I'm like, thank you for thinking of me. I did already know. Yes, thank you. I legitimately appreciate the enthusiasm.
Do you need a medic over there?
Me? No, I'm good.
No, Art. He's got so damn many of them sitting in front of the camera.
Well, like in Transformers Forged to Fight, your strongest robot is your portrait, and my strongest robot in Forged to Fight is Ratchet, and I'm also a leader of a alliance. So, who needs Optimus Prime when you have Ratchet in charge? Apparently.
Hey, there's that period in Transformers Prime where they didn't have Optimus, where they technically didn't have a leader, but Ratchet sure seemed to be the one telling everybody what to do, even though he didn't claim the title. So
you seem to be running the show.
I'm a little partial to Ratchet, just a little bit.
He seemed to be running the show in that what is it, Armada? No, not Armada. The one where they're using the land bridge all the time, and he's always sitting behind the desk calling the show and, telling everybody where to go.
Yeah, it's Transformers Prime, I think. Yeah, land bridge.
I need it.
Ground bridge.
Yeah.
Yep. Ratchet's probably one of my favorite Autobots.
Yeah, basically animated Prime Ratchet is animated Ratchet 2.0.
Yeah. We did see you.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, we did see you for a second spin, and I'm pretty sure we could hear you too.
Or not. That could be a thing too. I tried doing it from the garage again tonight with Cliff Jumper in the background, but it just wasn't happening. I have no idea what's going on.
You looked from here like you've been banished to digital hell.
No.
My big 3-monitor system crashed. So I was working with my tech guy online, and he got my laptop running, so I'm running off of just the laptop now.
And you know what? I'm on a different laptop too because my regular one, its charger died. So this seems to be a bad time for technical stuff.
Right?
Fucking Soundwave is all over us, guys.
But are we giving some stuff away, or are we giving some stuff away?
We're giving some stuff
Peter's
away.
only
We're giving
42
his house
charge.
away, and he was determined to screw with it.
Hey, first off, big happy birthday to Mr. Magnus.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you.
I don't know why I clapped, but I felt like I needed to clap.
Yeah, 50 years old yesterday.
Right on, dude.
You have to clap.
10
after
years
50
older than
that's a
me.
rule.
Oh, okay.
Was that you in the Optimus Prime costume on your birthday?
That wasn't my actual birthday. That was a con that I did a few years ago. But yeah, that's my 6-foot Optimus Prime costume. I did it for it's called Cosplay on a budget. You can spend no more than $25 on any of the parts to make the cosplay, not counting paint, because 2 cans of paint would take you over the $25. Okay, so just all your parts and everything have to be made out of scraps. That is totally made out of cardboard. And the windows are these little foam pads. The windshield wipers are zip ties, broken zip ties. The grill is made out of zip ties, and everything else is just cardboard origami and then paint. So everything I got out of the trash. So I had my $25, so I went ahead and 3D printed my Autobot logos, and those actually glow in the dark. We used a glow in the dark poly for it.
So that means
I like
we
the
get to
fact that you
spend
spend
40.
no money on most of it, so you can splurge on something at the end as a finishing touch. It's kind of interesting.
Yeah, because the arms are actually Coke cases, Coca-Cola cases, cardboard Coca-Cola cases, and then the shoulders are made out of 2 different sizes of shoebox. The helmet or the face was an old hard hat that I had. We cut the bill off of it, and then we cardboard origamied all the pieces onto it. And then the sides, the round pieces on the side of the helmet, are the small drip pan liners from an old stove we had sitting out behind the barn. And do you know what a stick-up is? A stick-up air freshener?
Oh, yeah.
That little pill thing, they're round. That's the centers of them. And then we painted it all up. I actually won that competition. I got a $500 gift card to the artist and the artist alley and the vendors alley.
Oh my God, that's the best possible prize you could win at a convention. Jesus.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh, I would be trying to stretch. I would try to make a game out of stretching that $500 as far as I could.
I could really use it because we got MegaCon coming up in Orlando. Not only are Peter Cole and Frank Welker going to be there, but 2 of the stars of Days of Thunder are going to be there as well. So I'm getting their autographs as well. It's the total of it's running me about $800. So yeah, a $500 little boost would push that right along.
Yeah, I mean, it's basically Toy Warp Con the way you described it. So
Cool. Well, now back in before we introduce our stream. Let's catch up on the comments. James Coleman says there's a Transformers Jeopardy 2 cartoon. It starts with G2 Grimlock, Wheeljack Ravage, and the host is Alpha Trion. Check it out. It's my gift to the children of Primus Clan. Professor B says, let's go team. And Kaylee O'Connell says, yeah, I'm ready. And James then says, also, did you check out Wheeljack and Tidal Wave? He looks like Decepticon SDF-1.
yeah, we discussed them at the top of the stream.
Cool. Professor D says Cybertron and Wheeljack looks cool. Okay,
Yeah, I'm in for that.
Yep. And Professor D says Steven's best display yet. And ratcheting things up. And
Florida
Kaylee says,
Prime.
I bought a Studio Series 86 Perceptor.
Oh, nice.
And today's host, I'll fix Trivac. And you're lucky you met Alex Micah.
Just shared his hometown.
Alex Trebek. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, that's what you were showing before?
Oh, I'm just like, there we go. Alphix Tribeck. He's going to be our host. The gun is for if you try and break the rules.
Wow. Yes, Will Jackamus Prime. And it says when Studio Series 86 Prime comes out, they should make it like a Studio Series version of MP10, not an Earthride remake, damn it.
Yeah, I think the idea is that they can finally leave the Earthrise mold behind, which I like, but I understand a lot of people it's not their cup of tea. So, fresh start.
Professor D agrees. It also says happy big birthday, Big Bill. And Shiva Kobe says, Splat, I got so lucky the other day I went into a game store and found USS Enterprise, the next generation shuttlecraft toy complete with Worf, Geordi, and accessories for $25 Canadian.
Why? I'd buy that. Wow. Are they talking about, do you mean like the big Playmates one or like the little inner space one? Either way, that'd be well worth the cost.
Yeah,
totally.
Professor D says,
it's called
wow,
the Galileo,
score.
isn't it?
Yeah. Not the next gen shuttle. The original series one was the Galileo.
Okay.
They did make one of those too, though. In the Playmates line, presuming that's what they're talking about.
Let's see. I actually jumped to Shiva Kobe's. She says it's the Playmate Goddard.
I definitely had that when I was little. I would love a fresh one, with some figures to populate it.
And Shiva Kobe also says, I saw Thunder Machine G.I. Joe Dreadnought Soundwave at GameStop in Victoria Day, Mayfair.
I saw one today, too, when I was at a GameStop doing some stocking stuff for Christmas shopping. I didn't take it. It was really high up. The box was huge. I was like, I will kill myself if I try and take this down. I'm not even going to look at it.
Too much money. Too much money.
That's the other thing.
It's my least favorite Soundwave ever created.
And it's too much money. Way too much money.
Yeah. At least it comes with 2 G.I. Joes instead of 1, so I guess that's something.
So, how is everyone doing?
Yeah, pretty good. I'm trying to stave off having a huge dinner with my friends, so if I start to fall asleep, everybody yell at me. I don't think that's going to happen, though.
Food coma?
Mm-hmm.
I'm with you there. I think we're all doing good aside from technical difficulties.
Yes.
Yeah. I was going to say, almost everybody here had something going on, so we're like, Soundwave is really trying to mess with the game show.
Man.
So, and Kaylee also says she's doing fine. Yes, so at 9 p.m. we're going to run the game show. And
okay.
I'm waiting for all the contestants. One of them is in so far. Waiting to see if the others are in. And if not, then we will go with a plan B, which I will figure out at 9 o'clock.
I think the whole point of having a plan B is that you already know what it is.
Hey,
I know what it is.
Don't spin down with the details, all right?
Who are our contestants tonight?
Let's see. Actually, 3 contestants. Let me pull it up in the email. One of them is Kaylee, who is in our chat.
Yes.
All right. Kaylee, welcome.
All right.
There we go. And let me get the others. Where are you? There we go. Then the second one is C. Jack, who signed up on our website. And again, everyone followed the rules. So between Kaylee, C. Jack, and the third one is Fernandad. So I'm waiting to hear from C. Jack and Fernandad.
All right. They're truly like brave pioneers because this is like the first one of these.
Mm-hmm. Shiva Koi says, I don't want to say I have lead foot, but I hauled ass from Victoria in 40 minutes. Usual time, 50 minutes.
Hey, no, you didn't say you had a lead foot. You said it was a G.I. Joe Soundwave.
That's right. That's right.
She just had that just sitting on the gas pedal. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right.
So for the game show, a few of the rules. It's going to run just like Jeopardy, where we're going to have a first round, and whoever wins the first round will go to a second round with 2 new players. And from that, when we do the final round, we're going to, in a sense, we're going to hold off on the final round and get a handful of winners. Then they will compete against each other for the final round. And in terms of numbers, we're also playing the numbers where basically each number on the board represents the amount of cents. So 100 cents would actually equal $1. And those figures kind of represent the values of the figures that we have on hand for the prizes. The later rounds, we will bump the numbers up a bit to represent the higher figures like the G1 Megatron and Jetfire.
Important distinction: Canadian or American dollars.
This is correct. Actually, it's a mix between both.
It's Energon chips. Get it right.
What it should be is round 1 should be Canadian dollars, and because they always double the values, round 2 should be American dollars.
Okay, you're saying we have 3 people signed up so far. Now, we've got 10 people watching the stream. If anybody wants to join in, can they do it before we start at 9? Shouldn't they be able to still sign up?
They should still be able to. I can do this in the background. Actually, let me quickly throw in a couple more comments. James Coleman says, nice Metroplex display, Freakenstein. And Professor D says, I agree. And Shiba Kobe says, I have a Playmobil A-Team, so I'm doing a photo comic where Hannibal says to Murdoch to scam us a plane, and he returns with a shuttlecraft, because Dwight Schultz is also Lieutenant Barclay. Perfect reference. So to your answer, Toy Warp, I'm going to work on that in the background, because I was going to open up registration again after the stream, so anyone who wanted to join in for next Sunday's show. But I will open it up now, so if anyone is watching, or whoever is watching, they can join in.
So while we're waiting, I will go ahead and show off what arrived this week.
Yes.
So this is the Temu G1 reflector.
I was about to lose my mind because I thought it was like an original somehow.
Yeah, but that's really nice.
It really makes the packaging look a lot better.
The boxes are phenomenal.
Yeah, so this is like the box that never was, basically, because they came in like a styrofoam.
Yeah, they came in like cardboard, and then I also got this one.
Wow.
Okay, now hold on. The pure
here.
G1 in me wants to know: does it have the little semicolon after the ages and up to discern them from actual G1s on the front of the box, lower left-hand corner?
No, it doesn't have anything there.
Should
it just
say
says
like ages something and up on the front.
It says Autobot Commander Optimus Prime includes snap-on weapons and accessories. Hasbro. There's no ages on the back.
You'll see.
It does say 1984 Hasbro Bradley, all rights reserved, made, printed, Takara, tech spec, clip and save. It does have the points. There's a world of Transformers where things are not what they seem.
You don't have access to a G1 box, but on the lower left hand where it says ages 5 and up, after it says ages, that's how one of the things I've been discerning G1 by is whether it has that semicolon there or not, because a lot of the knockoffs don't.
Let's grab my G1 box here and we'll take a look at it.
But you know what, Temu is quite the resource for people that wants to update their collection on figures that they missed before. And I would say still jumping quickly before that word gets out and prices go up.
What is Temu?
Oh,
Temu
is like Better Wish.
Yeah, it just steals all your credit card information. Big deal about that. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So if you look here, the top one is the original. The
yeah,
bottom one
top's
does
all
not
dark.
have. Yeah, the top one has the ages 5 and up. Ages : 5 and up.
Ah,
The Timu one does not have anything.
Oh, interesting.
good to know.
Yeah, well, given that it's a repro box, I wonder if that's deliberate so that like if they want it to be a little bit obvious when it's a repro instead of the original.
Mm-hmm.
But like
Well, I was
close
watching-
enough.
I was watching an online auction the other day. A guy had box G1, swore to God it was actual G1, and the semicolon wasn't right. And I thought it was weird too because he was only selling it for $500.
Only.
He was only selling it for $500. I'm like, that's weird.
Hey,
so
so-
you've already got people out there trying to sell knockoffs as the real thing.
Mm-hmm.
So another thing on the knockoff box, if you look here, above the S in Transformers, there's the R in the circle.
Right, for reserved.
On-
And then that one
On
has
the
copyright.
original one, it just says TM.
Trademark, okay. Also,
On
notice the coloring's
ends-
a little different too. Underneath his gun, where Prime's standing up there, underneath his gun on the G1, it's still some red up there, and then down below it's all black.
Yeah, good eye.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
also the
Yeah, it fades. The fade is higher on the original, whereas it's all black by the time you get up here
Yep.
on the KO.
Good to know.
The gray is a lot darker on the, but that could be age too. The gray on the KO is a lot darker than the original, but hell, this box is 86, so. The pictures on the back. So the
Ravage
picture
is
on the
cut
back.
off.
Yeah, Ravage is cut off on the KO.
Poor kitty.
Well, that's a good way to spot him. If you can't notice anything from the front, at least you know on the back, Ravage's head's cut off.
Well,
Okay,
actually,
how
on the front, there's a slight
Okay.
color difference in the blue section on Optimus and his hands.
So there's also this on the original. There's this little oval down here that has a signature in it. I can't make what it is,
Oh,
but it's got like a holographic JSA inside of it. And AG06142 on the KO, it does not have that circle beside the UPC code.
Interesting.
that is very interesting.
So there's lots of little ways that you can tell on it.
Let's see the front again where Spin noticed the difference between the blue and Optimus. Oh yeah, the knockoff looks a little more purple, doesn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot more. Kind of seems to me like the gun is a little fatter on the KO in the drawing. I don't know. I'd have to put a micrometer on it.
Yeah. It's a shame that the big difference is the back of the box, because the Ravage would be the easiest tell if I wanted something quick to check it at a glance.
Right.
Like
Yeah, and of course I can't tell this because I used him as a garage. I kept the box, and so that flap didn't survive childhood.
Well, you'll have to let us know how the
another,
figure is.
Another
too.
big thing. Another big thing is that the original Optimus Prime came with the stripes on. The KOs do not have the stripe on the cab.
Interesting.
Mm. Wow.
I guess they're aiming for quote unquote animation accuracy.
Yeah. The color of it though, the cab of the KO, and the plastic itself. The cab, of course, is metal. But let me see if I can get it close enough where y'all can see. He's almost maroon. The plastic is almost maroon red. It's a dark, deep red.
Yeah. I can see the difference between the two materials from here, with the metal being noticeably lighter.
You can on this one, on the original as well.
Mm-hmm.
But it's more cherry red still, whereas that one's a deep, dark red.
Interesting. It'll be. I'd be interested in like do you plan to pop that out of the box? Because I'd be interested to see what like how it feels compared to an official one.
Where did I put my blade at? Yep.
Oh, okay.
We're ripping boxes.
Yeah.
Oh no, I won't tear this box up, but normally I shred them. But now, one thing, what I wanted to check was the foam. Are people going to be able to sell the foam from this box as an original Optimus Prime foam?
Interesting.
As a G1 collector, I wouldn't have too much of a problem with that. You restore boxes the same way you restore the toys themselves. I'm not opposed to new inserts or new bubbles, especially the new bubbles. The blisters. I'm not opposed to the gut to the box.
Yeah, but the Optimus Prime foam goes for $75, original G1. Right off the rip, there's a difference in the foam on the ends. I'm going to have too much light for y'all to be able to see it. Okay, you see that circle on the piece that's closest to you all?
Mm-hmm. I do.
Yeah.
That is not on the original.
Interesting.
You know what? All these years of collecting, I did not know that the foam was still going for that much money. That's kind of silly, actually.
That is crazy.
Never underestimate what people are willing to pay money for.
No kidding.
But other than that circle, the foam is almost perfectly identical.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, interesting.
Okay. The original has these circles on the back, and the new one has this cutout above it, whereas the old one does not. So yeah, there are signs. The new one's got the whole slot down here on the end, whereas this just has a spot for your finger to grab a hold of.
I remember those type of circles with Omega Supreme, and when I got them back in the day.
The things you remember, eh?
So let's get him out of the foam and see what he looks like.
So to comments and then over to us. Toy Warp's request, Shiba Kobe says, the Mayfair's GameStop also had a couple boxes of reactive Transformers 2 packs, Prime and Soundwave, B and StarScream. RJ Eagle says, sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say those reactivate packs are really funny because they just put out an announcement. They're like, oh, reactivate the video game. We don't have anything to share this year because we're switching engines. And I'm like, oh, that game's never coming out. I know it just enough from watching episodes of like what happened on YouTube to understand what a big deal switching the engine is. That's like starting over. So like...
Right.
See, that game's going to come out 3 years from now if it doesn't get canceled. So those toys they just put in stores, they are now fun, original designs that are not tied to any media.
Wow. Yeah, which I think they were saying, which line is it? There's one line that they're supposed to be ending, which I think a lot of people were upset about.
Oh, I don't know what line that is.
I'm trying to remember. I only just read it earlier, but it's one of the many lines that are out there of the toys.
Is it Buzzworthy Bumblebee?
That's it.
Yeah, that's the rumor that they're still going to have Target exclusives, but they're not going to be in the yellow Buzzworthy Bumblebee boxes. Because that came out in relation to Origin Wheeljack, because Origin Jazz and Origin Bumblebee were Buzzworthy Bumblebee releases, and Origin Wheeljack is also going to be a Target Toys R Us exclusive, but he's not going to be Buzzworthy Bumblebee. He's just going to come in a regular box because apparently they're just ending that subline. It was a weird line anyway. It stopped being about Bumblebee a long time ago when they're putting out guys like Origin Jazz and whatever in it for like no reason.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, it'll be like Red Cog that way.
Yeah.
He came out in a regular box too.
Yeah.
RJ Eagle says, Sup Primus crew, another fun night ahead. Are those Temu G1 KOs everybody's grabbing? I gotta grab me a bunch to display.
Yeah.
That's cool. I'm just hearing about that. I remember there was a place. It was what was it? It was a Chinese shop just off Spadina and Queen in Toronto, and it was on Queen just off Spadina, and they sold like women's clothes and purses and stuff like that. And I went in there with a friend, and I noticed they had some Transformers in there, and they were like knockoffs. I picked up a G1 Jazz, a G1 Mirage, and a clear KO Mirage, which was really cool because Mirage, like he camouflaged himself. And they did have an Optimus Prime there. It was a little bit too pricey. I didn't pick it up, and I went back. Yeah, they had a Prime and a Springer there. And I'm wondering if it's the same company or who's making these, but because those boxes are immaculate. Like I was comparing the Jazz to my original G1 Jazz, and they're almost identical except for the thickness of the cardboard.
Oh, jeez, that's worrisome.
I haven't seen these for a long time, so I'm pretty sure this company got the crackdown by the Chinese authorities. Yeah. I've never seen them anywhere else. It was in a shop in Toronto. I've never seen them online or anything like that.
Yeah. It's funny because I'm like, well, if you're going to KO some G1s, better it be like Mirage or somebody that doesn't have any kind of official reissue, because at least then you're like, there's a purpose to it.
I should
a handful of characters that always seem to get ignored for reissues, like Roadbuster, for instance.
Yeah, what I've heard two things. First of all, the reasons that some of them don't get reissued is because the original molds have either been lost or destroyed. But also the KOs can happen because they did a G1 got a run in China very late, like in the 90s instead of the 80s. And apparently some of the people say that the KOs are using those molds because they've just wound up in the hands of like KOers some point after that. This might all be bullshit. This is just stuff I've heard over the years.
Bill, what side is what here, Bill?
This is the KO. It's a lot darker gray. But that's it.
Well, it's missing that little go arrow thing that the G1 has.
Yeah. Or it's probably on the sticker sheet.
Yeah, that's on the sticker sheet.
Oh, okay.
It's a lot darker. This one is stamped P2, and of course mine's stamped 5.
P2, nice.
Yeah. How's the things you can only gauge in person? How's the build quality seem? Like the materials and
seems really good. Seems solid.
Yeah.
I was going to check and see if there were ratchets in mine. There's no ratchets in this at all.
RJ Eagle says, strangely enough, you can get a red Diaclone G1 Mirage with these Temu KOs. Saw on YouTube.
Dang. Whatever they're charging, that's probably worth it, because good luck getting an actual G1 Diaclone red Mirage.
See if I can find the kids.
Yeah. You're like, your expression, you're like, oh, I gotta... Yeah, because that's one they never... Not only has Mirage never been reissued, the red version has never been made available in some way. Because there was a period there in the early 2000s when Takara was doing its initial big run of G1 reissues. And they would do the Diaclone variants, usually as eHobby exclusives, and turn them into new characters. And that's the origin of a lot of sort of these later G1 editions, like Road Rage or Tiger Track or Clampdown. They were like, okay, so we're reissuing tracks. Let's do the red one as an exclusive, and let's turn it into a new character.
Right.
Yellow Sideswipe from Diaclone. Let's call him Tiger Track when we reissue him. Yeah. But yeah, because they never reissued Mirage. The red Diaclone Mirage doesn't have a Transformer identity, which it probably would if they did, because that's what they were doing at that point.
Right.
Okay, another little thing here. The tires on the trailer. Okay, this is the KO. This is the original. The tires on the trailer are about, I would call it a 1/16 of an inch. Y'all are metric, right? So a millimeter less. They're not nearly as wide. The rubber on the tires is not as wide as the original.
Interesting.
This would be a great standalone video, actually, being able to have two of them together and
Yeah. You know what I do wonder? Like Optimus Prime in particular is one of the most reissued Transformers in existence. And like not all of them wind up the same because, you know, they have to restore the molds. Sometimes they cast new ones. Sometimes things are changed a little bit. So I do wonder if the little differences are because the KO was cast off of just like a specific reissue or something. Like maybe like I don't know, like the one of the ones from the 2000s has slimmer tires than the G1 original. You know,
Right.
That's plausible. I've seen things like that in the ones I do keep track of. Like some hot rods, the vintage G1 hot rods didn't have like 5mm fists and engines, but like the retro one they just does because of some later reissues changed it to that. Stuff like that.
Well, I wonder if when they did the Target Master versions, if any of those molds were being reused.
Yeah. That's
the grill is completely different.
Ooh, really interesting.
Oh, that is interesting.
You're not going to be able to see it because of the glare. But the grill on the KO has distinct lines dividing it, whereas this one, there are highs and lows of the same pattern. The pattern at the very bottom that goes across is a 3, a flat, a 6, a flat, a 6, a flat, and a 3, whereas this one is just 4 groups of 6. The holes in the bumper are a lot bigger on the KO. These holes right here.
Yeah. Oh, that I can see from here.
These are a lot smaller. Another thing is, of course, mine, the feet are metal. These are plastic.
Interesting.
Oh, there's the big giveaway.
Yep.
Yeah. Even like the new reissues keep the metal feet. Like the Walmart one that I got is still has the metal.
I wonder if at that point someone would take one of these Temu versions and just take apart the feet and replace the feet with the metals.
Don't give them any ideas.
Yeah.
Okay, the new one does have ratchets in the shoulder and the elbow. It doesn't have anything to lock the arm up. If I lean him back, he falls back. Am I off screen? There he goes.
Interesting.
Okay. It's already a bit loose.
The head, the eyes are a lot bigger on the head. And hell, I want to say that the head is a lot bigger. Maybe not. His mouth cover is wider.
Optimus, why are your eyes so wide? All the better to see you with Megatron.
That's right.
You know, that does sound like a Sunbow line.
Let me see if I can get these close enough to the thing. His little ear antennas are a lot narrower and taller on the KO. The KO does not have the stripe, if that'll help you decide which one is which.
Yeah.
The KO mouthpiece is a bit wider.
Yeah,
it sticks out the front a lot more.
Yep.
So I wonder what later mold of Optimus has all those differences in it. Then.
Yeah. I got my Walmart one over there, but it'd be hard to compare via the screen, so I can't really do that from here.
RJ Eagle has a question for Magnus. It says, "Hey Magnus, are there any other differences on the trailer with roller, plastic quality, misaligned, trimmed, etc.?"
Yeah,
it looks like out yet.
Decepticons has his KO there. Yeah, that must be the stealth version.
Sorry, I was muted. Yeah, so yeah, this one here is the KO. You can see on this one the art is cut off on the edge of the box here, and obviously on the original the art goes right up to the edge of the box. Other than that, it's pretty much the same. Like again on the back, the cropping is a little bit different. Let's see if I can coordinate myself here.
Ravage's head isn't cut off there, so it's not going to be a giveaway on every box. The lettering is higher though.
Like I was saying, this is the old one, so this is not going to be what you're going to find on Temu. This is what I found. Like it was about 10 years ago or so. Downtown Toronto. And
the details on roller are completely different.
Here's the clear version.
Oh, that's the clear one. That's cool.
Wow.
Right? I had to get it. Yeah. Pretty much the same.
So the front of roller. So I'm gonna try and get him up here to the. The details on roller are longer on the original, where they're kind of compact on the KO.
Yeah, that's a fully different sculpt.
Yeah, and the bars. This is the original. The dividers in between the sections are wider.
Yeah, that is
interesting.
You see how the original one, the centerpiece kind of centers on that center foot or that center divider, and the KO is going to sit in front of it.
I could see that. Yeah, I can see that. They must have put a lot of work into re-engineering these things.
Another little thing on the bottoms.
How come my roller looks so different?
Yeah, here's the bottom of the original, and I don't know if you can see those little indentations underneath the seats. The ones that are closest to you. You see those little circles?
Yes.
This is the original. See if I can catch it. See how much bigger they are?
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Much larger injection port there.
Injection
plastic.
ports, that's what they're called. Yeah. Or the injection ports there. Yeah, so they must have made new molds for this.
Wild.
Yeah, I've seen that. They did like those Gestalt KOs way back, like when they were selling for $15 or whatever. And those were completely new molds as well. But identical Devastator, but the brand new mold. Well, it's close enough, I guess. I'll open this to see.
As we round up to 9 o'clock.
Yeah, we gotta get rolling.
Yes. Right. Well, let me say, whoever's in the comments, if in the live chat section, if they want to also join, or whoever's watching, if they want to join, go to childrenofprimus.com/news and reviews /Transformers Jeopardy and sign up to be a contestant, and we will start the game at about 9:30ish, or before that, depending who else signs up.
Well, speaking of pickups, I can't pick stuff up every week because I'm G1 only, and that's I'm not rich, so I buy other stuff. I managed to find this Nylint Blue Rhino pickup. I had one as a kid, but it was tore up from the floor up. I mean, this thing, I think I got it secondhand somewhere as a kid, and it was just the axles were bent. It was missing pieces and everything. I took it to shop when I was like 6th grade because I wanted to restore it, and I tore it all apart, straightened out the axles, and then the next day I came in and it was all gone. Nobody had any idea what the heck happened to it, so it was completely gone. So I managed to find one shipped to me for $55, still in the box, and it's still got the little packet of parts for the winch that's on the front of it.
So
that's my pickup for the week.
Cool. Now, is the quality of that like the old Tonka trucks that we had when we were kids? Nice.
Yeah. Actually, Nylant's actually a better quality than Tonka, but
okay.
Oh, that's something you don't usually see.
Yeah, especially after Hasbro bought them, Tonka's quality went to crap after Hasbro bought Tonka.
So, what do you guys think of the size comparison for this new Metroplex?
Oh, let's see. That's a good scale with the main guys. That looks like you can squint test that into animation accuracy.
Yeah, like I'm so impressed, but I was told by someone today that I should have waited because New Age is also coming out with their own Metroplex because this one is Magic Squares.
Oh, but is this what you were talking about that lights up?
Yeah. Unfortunately, I can't get it all to light up. I can get a couple things to light up, but the batteries just went like crazy on this thing. So,
cool. Yeah, they definitely included the cheapest ones specifically.
Yeah.
Question: does he come with a 6-shot and slammer, or 6 guns?
No, he does not. He does not.
Okay, because I was going to say the size of those guns would would make him rather huge to comparison to the G1.
Her arm fell off, but it does come with wing blade, and it's a little model kit.
I love that. Just a little add-on.
It's just a little model.
City speaker.
Yeah, it makes sense for her. That's literally her proper comics role, right? The person who can communicate with Metroplex.
Yep.
But not bad for $100 on Bumblebee, right? Like everywhere else, they're like asking for $200, $300, man.
Jeez.
RJ Eagle says, gotta get rolling, and also says a perfect segue. And Charlie C is asking Toy Warp, does the truck transform?
No.
If it did, it would probably have been a lot more expensive than $55.
It transforms from an object that is not moving to an object that is moving.
Thus, many are Transformers then.
Anything is a transformer if you get metaphysical with it.
Now, here's the challenge for you. What you've got to do is you've got to take that auto-transforming Optimus Prime and redo his engines, his motors to his wheel with those RC car ones so that he can do 35 miles an hour. And then transform. Watch people melt down then. He actually comes flying in and hits a ramp and actually transforms.
In midair. Yeah, that would be pretty freaking epic.
Of course, then he's going to destroy himself when he lands, but it'll be great for one scene.
Yeah,
worth it.
For one scene.
Yeah, I am not an engineer.
Technically, I'm being delinquent with my pickups because Skybound's Transformers #3 came out on Wednesday. I just haven't had time to make it over to my very patient local comic book shop to pick up my copy because I have it in pull list there.
Nice.
Yeah, so that's waiting for me. So that's sort of a pickup. Can't wait to see where that story goes. It's been very good so far. So.
Everybody in the group's just waiting for Cliffjumper to get killed.
Yeah, that only happened 2 times. People act like it's a trend.
He survived the movie. He survived the movie. He can survive anything.
Well, I mean, considering like Bumblebee only lost his voice once, and then that became a trend for like 10 years.
Yeah, but it isn't even a trend. It happened to him 2 times.
Yeah, almost 3 if if he didn't miss that shot, or if Megatron caught up with him in the original series.
Yeah, exactly. He's famous for screwing up and not getting killed in the original cartoon.
Yeah, I had the garage all set tonight with Cliff Jumper in the background under the lights and everything, but it just wouldn't cooperate tonight. It's unfortunate.
Soundwave.
Yeah. They're on to us, I tells you. Yeah.
Oh, wow. These guys are
Oh,
made of metal.
The Devastator Christmas tree is being set up there in Freakenstein's box. A different kind of jolly green giant.
It ain't Christmas without devastation.
Mm-hmm.
That's one Christmas.
You know, or as Worf
So
would
does
say,
this
I
mean
am
that
not
you
a
have
merry man.
firecrackers?
Why? Someone from the States sending me some?
Firecrackers.
Have you guys
Don't
seen
give
that
me any
new?
idea.
Somebody edited the original cartoon, and I know Spin's gonna go don't, but they add a Transformer called Handjob. Oh my! I literally fell out of my chair laughing at that one. If you guys haven't seen that one, you got to look that one up. It's Cliff Jumper and Prime talking to each other.
Oh,
and
I saw it.
Yeah,
I did see it. That
gotta
is so
see that
funny.
one.
So funny.
I literally fell out of my chair, dude. I couldn't breathe after watching that one.
Hand
Butt
job and
plug.
reach around. Yep.
Yeah, butt plug. I wasn't going to spoil it, and I didn't want Spin to tell me don't.
These guys are actually die-cast. They've got weight to them.
Oh, nice.
So do the originals.
Ooh.
I mean,
Listen.
I never knew anybody that had one.
Yeah, same
I never
here.
had
Me
enough.
neither.
I never had enough points to send off to them.
Oh yeah. The store that I bought my reflector from, I just found out it had closed down. So this was like the store that I kind of blew up my Transformers collection. So this was like in the 90s around like Return of Superman comics being released. And he just started getting Transformers in there. I'm like, how did you find these things? And he's like, oh, I don't know. So I said, get more and keep them in stock. So the guy kept getting more. And my grandparents kept taking me back there to get more Transformers. And I met a lot of people from the Transformers Toronto community, and even before TFCon was a thing. And yeah, unfortunately they closed down. I was actually going to reach out to him to maybe get him involved in the channel, but yeah, he's out of the game. Sad. Part of my childhood is gone.
Mm-hmm.
Did you notice a community like, say, okay, I mean, that's children in the 90s. Maybe you guys that are like 10 years younger or so would have been, early 2000s or so. But did you notice a community around collecting these things, or were you just that oddball kid that everyone made fun of that couldn't let go of his toys? Because for me, it was the latter, personally. I didn't meet anybody else that did any of this kind of collecting.
I was definitely the oddball, yeah.
Oddball.
But I have a good story about that. Yeah, so definitely oddball. I was growing up in Sudbury, Ontario. It's kind of an isolated small town, and like out of the question, nobody was into Transformers. My G.I. Joe friend, I would watch his G.I. Joe cartoons. He'd watch my Transformers cartoons. That was about the extent of it. And then because my grandparents lived here in Toronto, where I live now, and I would go to that mall where I told you, that comic book store, and I ran into a guy, and he's like, "Are you into G1?" I'm like, yeah. He's like, you want to see what's in my trunk? And I'm like, okay, weird at first, but he had a whole trunk full of G1. Whole trunk full of G1. So right on the spot, I bought a G1 inbox Ultra Magnus for $50. And ever since, that's my good buddy Autobot CJ, super good friend of mine. He's always a staff at TFCon. And yeah, we've been friends ever since. This is before TFCon. And then I found out about TFCon, and that community just grew. Although I wasn't part of it for 360 days of the year. Just like that one weekend was enough for me to really feel connected to the greater community. Because like in the mid 90s, late 90s, all there was a few websites like Web Rings. GeoCities, there was a few websites. Daniel had a website at some time.
Angel Fire,
Yeah, Angel Fire sites. And but yeah, the TFCon was definitely my plug into the greater community there.
Yeah, I was going to say pretty much the same story. I was aware that I was not the only person that was like this because I was on the early internet, but I didn't meet anybody in person until I started going to TF cons.
I would say for myself, I know RJ Eagle who's in the comments. I know he collected some Transformers. I had some, and there was about 2 or 3 others that also, had a good collection. And then just there's just kind of that disconnect for at least like 20 something years until you run into a friend and realize, hey, they also collected Transformers when we were kids, but we never knew about that back then.
Oh, lovely, lovely. Hey, where's my?
Does he have a sticker sheet?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, say again.
Does he have a sticker sheet?
Yes.
I hope there's a spring in that light bulb.
There is.
Yeah.
And he came
That's
with
the prestige one.
Projectiles.
Well, I don't know if there's a sticker sheet or not. There is an instruction booklet. Let's see if there's a sticker sheet inside of it.
I hope so. If not, go to Toy Hacks.
Oh,
Maybe
yeah.
they got one.
Oh, yes.
Oh, good,
we have
good.
stickers.
Nice.
Oh, wow. We even have a thermal signal.
Oh,
Let me see if I can pick this up here.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
interesting that it's so small like that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I just hit something on my computer. Don't do that. Where's the mouse?
Oh no, we're gonna see his midget porn. Great.
Oh God.
Close that one. There we go. I'm back. So yeah, here is it has 2 sticker sheets.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
This must have been because I heard that the Takara release got like a standard inbox release instead of a mail away thing. So I wonder if they copied that from that version, and that's how they got like the proper sticker sheets and everything.
I'm just opening this up real slow. I'm wondering if there's supposed to be 3 of those rubs.
And by heard, I mean I think I remember reading that on the wiki at one point.
No, the cloud labels as shown.
See, this needs to be a standalone video with just like some Christmas music and just it looping and playing for like 12 hours.
Yeah.
Nothing but Mariah Carey's "All I Want for You."
Oh,
Don't.
God, no.
Don't.
No.
Don't.
Okay, Bombshell. Forward Bombshell is pointing his guns at you right now.
Oh God.
He's like, no, Mariah Carey. No.
Didn't
You know
Weird
what's really
Al
funny?
have some Christmas
I'm
music?
not a very Christmassy person, but the old lady is. She's all about it. She turns on the local station when they switch to all Christmas music. I was going pretty good. I hadn't heard any Christmas music at all, and of course you see all the stuff online about the making fun of the Mariah Carey song, right?
Mhm.
I'll be damned. I had to use her truck to run up to the 7-Eleven the other day. I hop in, the radio's on. What else would be playing?
Mhm.
What else? The
Yep.
one Christmas song I've heard this year, and it's been that song.
No,
My luck.
She's retired from that song.
I think we're all retired from that song.
Yeah.
Especially if you work retail, which I know Torwork did because of where he got those cabinets in his toy room.
Yeah, that was a little before she had the song, I think. I don't know when the song came out, but yeah,
Either
KB
way,
Toys went
Christmas
bankrupt.
music is
and-
annoying.
I liked it when I did like it when I was working at the toy store because I mean I was seasonal for 5 years there, So that was the only time. So it was like kind of a thing of like, let me know it was Christmas, as you know, the Christmas music at the toy store. And it wasn't like overly loud or anything. So
yeah, I kind of remember like a KB I used to go to being that way.
Yeah, plus, like, the music system in the store was called Muzak, and we found a way to hack it with our own music after hours.
Oh, that's funny you said that, because the restaurant we worked at part-time, like, during high school, they had a Muzak system as well.
It brings back some memories, doesn't it? Yeah, we found a way to hack ours, and we just put our own music on it, yeah.
So, RJ Eagle says, so true, Spin. Spin had the best G1 collection, hands down, in the neighborhood. I actually attended the first TFCon in Hamilton Hockey Arena, and that's where I met other like-minded collectors. No, it's funny that RJ Eagle said I had the best collection, but I wonder if he remembers Jason Brown, who his collection was actually twice what I had. But he also went beyond that, where he was more into like anything mecha. So he had a huge Transformer collections, Robotech, and a whole bunch of things. And he was also the guy that I was mentioning that in, I guess that would have been 87, 88. He would go downtown to Chinatown, get the Headmaster series on VHS and bring it back for us to watch. So a lot of those characters that people, in the US didn't know about till like 10, 20 years later, I knew of these characters back then. But these are like the original VHS, so no English dubs or anything, but it was amazing to watch them.
That's the cool thing about having a Chinatown. It's like you get some of these really obscure things from Japan and China that, like, for example, Dragon Ball. Anyways, I can go on about Chinatown in Toronto. Yeah.
Well, the funny thing that I learned, because from my niece when she was younger, we bought her Sailor Moon, and I remember getting it at the time where the popular characters were kind of sold out, so you're lucky to get the main ones, but there were all of I believe the second or third season characters on the shelves, and they weren't selling. And basically because the translation of the episodes didn't come in America yet, so the children had no idea who these other characters were.
Isn't it funny? You remember your guy Jason Brown that had that collection. Isn't it funny how we collect our stuff now, and at least for me especially, I can remember that one kid that had every damn thing, like everything. It was just so annoying. I can still remember his name. Sean Mauer, if you're watching this, I did screw up your whole freaking toy room, the whole room, man. I got in such huge trouble. I got in such huge trouble. I went over to his house one day and he wasn't there.
Bring Torwart back up. I'm going to take a picture of Bombshell pointing the gun at him.
But I remember I went over to his house one day, and he was big into. He had some Transformers, but he was really big into G.I. Joe. He had like all the vehicles except for like the flag. He had the Defiant, the big space shuttle, and he had them all lined up in his bedroom in the basement on these shelves, and they were like all in order and stuff. And I knocked on the door, and his big sister come to the door and says, no, but you can go to his room and wait for him if you want. So, okay. I went in his room and I forgot that he had all this stuff, and I start playing with everything. And he didn't get there for like an hour. And I'm just, for like an hour, I'm, and he comes in yelling at me, what are you doing? I'm like trying to put them all back on the shelf where they were going. His mom come in and started yelling at me and shit.
Yo! Stop making it so hard. And I said, I got to put this one guy.
Kids.
I was going to say that this person was my cousin in growing up, so shout out to him for I didn't even resent it because I was over there often enough that I got to handle all the stuff that I didn't have anyway. So
RJ Eagle says, yes, Spin, I remember Jason Brown. I went to his place and watched Japanese mech movies all day. And that's where I learned about Dan Cougar, all Japanese, of course. I think he knew some Japanese words too, which, I wouldn't be surprised. And then he's asking whatever happened to Jason Brown. And unfortunately, as you grow up, change schools, work part-time and this and that, you lose track of friends. But although I do remember him running into maybe a couple years later, and at the time he had sold a lot of his G1 characters, and he was sad about it because he was saying that he wished he didn't, because I still had my characters at the time. I don't know what else he sold, but unfortunately, yeah, I've not talked to him in probably almost like 30 something years now. So it's, hopefully he's around and everything.
It is cool. Like, seeing people's react, like with me and Anthony and Magnus has got all the stuff out, for everyone to see that walks into your home. I had some guy delivering something from Rent-A-Center like 20 years ago. And he walked into the living room and he stopped when he saw the cases. He literally went down to his knees and started screaming, "Oh my God!" So I had that Megatron as a kid, and it was really funny because I let him hold it and take his picture with it.
Nice.
Yeah, the reactions of keeping this stuff through the years and people seeing it, again.
And insurance adjuster. When we first moved in here, I had all of my stuff still in boxes where I had taken it out of storage and had it sitting right here where this computer is. A big storm came through and a tree, it was just the limb of a tree, but the limb of the tree was bigger than most trees around here. Fell on the house and broke through the ceiling right back there where those cases are. We're in the middle of the rainy season. It's in the middle of spring. I call the insurance company and they're like, don't do anything. We'll send somebody out to take pictures. And I said, when? And they were like, well, it's Thursday now. It'll probably be Tuesday. And I said, well, I'm going to fix the roof so it doesn't destroy the rest of the house, because this is open to the sky. And they were like, oh, no, don't do that. We'll send you a check to repair everything that gets damaged. And I'm sorry, I can't do it. Can't do it. No, I just put $20,000 in this house, remodeling it, getting ready to move in. We were done. That's why things were being moved in. So, yeah, that weekend we got up there and we took thousands of pictures, took everything off, fixed the roof. Didn't do anything to the damage that was in this room from the water, from the rainstorm. Nothing. Waited for him for that, but I wasn't going to let it get any worse. When he showed up, he was like, "Oh, you shouldn't have done that." And I said, "Well, I've got these pictures." And he said, "Yeah, but pictures can be doctored." So I can't verify that those pictures were taken last Thursday.
Speaking of pictures.
So then, hang on a second. He said, "So what's in all those boxes over there?" And I said, "That's my Transformers collection." And he said, "Transformers?" And I said, "Yeah, I've got somewhere between the 15th and the 20th largest Transformers collection in the United States." And he went, "Really?" And I said, "Yeah." And I just pointed to the Unicron, the HasLab Unicron box. And I said, "Yeah, that's Unicron right there." And he started geeking out. And he said, "Send me those pictures on an E drive." And he loaded those pictures into his camera.
Oh,
so that it looked like he took the pictures.
Wow.
It got you. Oh my God.
Whereas before, when he thought it was just a house, there's no way we can verify those. But now that he saw what I was protecting, and he started geeking out, then he's like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna work with you, man. Let me put those in my camera, and then we'll get those turned in."
So we can't officially name the insurance company or the person who came to take the pictures.
This is a fictitious story.
That's right.
This never happened.
It would have been great if it did, but statute of limitations is over anyway. So.
Good stuff.
All right, Selim, let's get what you were saying about pictures out of the way here.
I sent the picture to Spin of Bombshell pointing the gun at you on Discord. If he wants to print it up for shits and giggles.
Let's see this. Ba, 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 ba.
Did we ever establish if that was copyrighted or not?
It is copyrighted. You got to get a cheap version off of YouTube.
All right, so we officially can only sing some of it. 15 seconds worth.
Yeah, I was going to say 14 seconds.
So that's about half of it, because isn't it like a 30-second loop? Because that's how long they have.
Probably.
There we go. So that's Bombshell attacking. There we go. Attacking it's a toy war.
It was freaking Stein's plan. That's why he popped up.
Well, since we only have Kaylee, which I hope she's still in the comments, because the rest of the contestants are missing, I'm going to nominate Plan B. So, RJ Eagle, if you are also still in the comments, you are also going to be a contestant on our first round of Transformers Jeopardy.
Is James still in the house?
This is correct. If James is still in the house, you can join in as well.
All right, I got to get up. I got to join.
You still have to answer, Anthony. Still testing questions.
Oh,
Yeah,
he's still there. And
Send me the answer.
Freakenstein, you cannot join and then username I am not Freakenstein.
Okay, well, I was just going to use Nemesis Freakenstein, but okay.
I'm not Freakenstein. I'm Freakula. I'm the frummy, the freak visible man.
He's not fear or courage. He's just fear.
Just fear.
I'm terror. I'm terror or bravery.
You're lucky this isn't like the Facebook chat where like anybody can change anyone else's name. That gets really brutal in Cruiser chat. Jeez, that gets brutal.
All of a sudden you disappear and this new user is just like, I only collect new toys.
Yeah, Freakenstein, just shave all your facial hair really quick.
Yeah.
Get off, shave your facial hair, and be like, "Oh, I am not Freakenstein." Without facial hair.
Was my twin on here before?
And actually, I'll ask if Sheba Kobe also wants to join. I believe we can have 4 players playing. Yeah, RJ Eagle's still here. Kaylee is still here. So, Charlie C. You know what? I believe why not? Since it's our first game, so I believe that would be 5 players. And the way to play, as I'm actually bringing up the screen, is once we determine who the first player is going to be, when you want to get your turn to answer the question, just type X in the chat, and the first one that we see in the chat that shows X will get to answer the question.
I suppose anytime the question comes up, you could, I guess, put in your response. Because if you put it in fast, you can't answer, you lose the points.
This is correct. And let me bring this up. There we go. So not there.
I wonder if there's an actual Transformers Jeopardy game, since they got Monopoly and all that other kind of stuff.
Do they have home game versions of Jeopardy? Well, actually they should. I'm not talking about video games, but like board game versions. I've never seen one, but I suppose it could exist. It would have a finite amount of times you could play it because, you'd probably have to just have paper questions.
I saw that episode. Sheila, when you see that episode of Jeopardy and your friends are like, how do you know these answers?
Yeah. Everybody always forgets that, it's easier when you're at home talking at the screen rather than when you're under the pressure of like actually being there and trying to click your buzzer first and trying to strategize. So just because you think you know the answers at home doesn't mean you could do good in that setting.
Well, ironically enough, yes, they do make a Jeopardy home edition now.
Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm.
Both video game and old school board type game.
Mm-hmm. I'm just gonna. Well, actually, no. I was gonna explain something there, but I'm like, no, I don't want to throw any. I don't want to give these guys any help, even obliquely, even extremely obliquely.
This is some nifty graphics we got, though. Some nifty graphics we got going on.
For 500.
Now, am I missing anyone? So I got RJ Eagle, Kaylee, Charlie C, Sheba Kobe.
I think James might have stepped out for the moment, so I think it might only be 4 players.
Okay. All right. So now we'll have to determine who is going to go first. Actually, let me just mute Mike for a second.
He's doing eeny, myself.
Kaylee, because Kaylee's the only one that actually registered properly.
Yeah, so if anybody should go first, I would say it's her on those grounds.
There you go.
Yeah.
The decision has been made. So, welcome to
Kaylee.
Yeah, go Kaylee. So, welcome to Transformers Jeopardy, and our categories: classic toys. I believe we're missing an S on classic. Modern toys, from beast to bot, the action is hot. Big extreme bots, and the funny books. So you get to pick your first category and go.
And then whoever types in the question first, remember Jeopardy, so it's got to be a question.
This is correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is the winner, or if we're presuming it's correct.
You got to hit the X to be the first one to answer it, though.
The X is your buzzer.
Yeah, X is your buzzer. Yep. Has she picked the category yet?
She has. So
Yeah.
Says, I'll take big screen bots for 100. And
Oh, this ought to be good.
okay, the Maximals hide this mystic artifact, the one thing Unicron needs to fuel himself and move through space.
See, this is one I didn't write, so I was immediately like, oh, I know that. And then I'm like, wait.
Employees of Children of Primus are not eligible for the game. Come on, man.
Employees, family members, friends, partners.
Well, I couldn't do it in Spin's cool freaking like radio announcer voice.
We'll
Like,
do
seriously,
one
I've
more
never heard
time.
anyone do it that good. Like that wasn't on radio.
What is the Matrix? Sorry, incorrect. The Maximals hide this mystic artifact, the one thing Unicron needs to fuel himself and move through space. RJ Eagle.
We got us Alex Trebek too. Listen to them.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Does all the people from your town have latent Jeopardy potential?
Yeah, we all watch Jeopardy religiously. I could totally do Trebek. Yeah, oh yeah. What is the transwarp key? Correct. It's to you.
Ding, 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 ding.
All right.
So give him the point. Just press plus now on RJ Eagle, and he should get the points for this response. And Kaylee minus. Boom. Got it. Escape. Okay.
That is pretty
Next
good.
question, RJ Eagle. Let's go back to the board.
Where's Fraser?
That's on next at 10 o'clock.
Yeah, like straight up.
It's like we've got like a whole cast of voice actors here.
RJ Eagle, next question. Big screen bots for 200.
Big screen bots for 200. Before he went by Unicron, this much less cooler name was in consideration for the Planet Eater during the animated movie's development.
I think I know this one.
It was Calitron.
He
It was
went straight for the
Calitron.
200. Boop, boop, boop.
This is awesome. Got me a dinner and a show.
I'm very sorry for my curveball questions.
We're all
I'd like to
cheating
apologize to the
It's not
audience.
supposed to be easy. It's not supposed to be easy.
They're all looking online right now. Every
5
single
seconds
one.
left. 5, 4,
4,
3,
3,
2,
2,
So
1.
at this point, the other contestants can buzz in with an X, and the following contestant gets to answer.
This is correct.
So
Okay, no one's
here's
going to
30
answer.
seconds.
Boop, boop, boop.
Yeah.
That's a boop, boop. I love this because it brings me back to watching Jeopardy all the time.
Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Nobody gets it. And we show the answer. It's too difficult for everyone. Mhm. Who or what is Ingestor?
Yep, that's what they were going to call him before they were like, that name stinks. Let's come up with a better one.
Wow.
Thank
Ingestor.
God.
Yeah.
I think RJ Eagle loses the points. In official
No, he
Jeopardy.
didn't chime in. If he didn't answer incorrectly, he shouldn't lose the points.
Okay, right. Yeah, good thing I asked.
Oh, come on, Jeopardy God.
All right, so who goes next now? Does it go
That's
in
just
order?
like- Well,
Like-
I mean,
Kaylee
It goes to the
next.
next contestants. I think,
Mhm.
yeah.
So it's Kaylee again.
I don't- it's whoever asked it the last time. If no one
Nice
answers,
for
it
the-
goes back to the person who asked.
Yeah, RJ Eagle forgot to mention there is a time limit on these questions.
That is correct.
You got 30 seconds.
20.
Oh, you got 20 seconds. See, I was being
20 is
generous.
just
but-
enough where you can't Google it.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hey, Google.
Well,
Is it
Sorry,
cheating if you use 3?
so does it go back to RJ because he didn't answer?
I believe it goes to the next contestant to the right.
Yeah, it goes. Yeah, it goes
which
to
is,
next.
I believe is. Yeah,
No,
I believe
so
it's
back to
Kaylee's
the-
turn.
So we go over to Kaylee.
Yeah.
So Kaylee, you get to pick the category. Say, I'll take modern toys for 200. Wait, this James Roberts original IDW Comics character got their first diminutive toy in Siege.
I'm going to very quietly reach over and pick it up without anybody seeing which one it is until somebody has answered or failed to answer.
This was a difficult one for me. I had to look this one up. Or look at the answers because I had the answers in front of me.
Huh. I also couldn't find it for a second and had a moment of panic.
RJ Eagle chimed in.
RJ Eagle chimed in, coming on time limit. RJ Eagle.
We need us a timer. Aren't we past 20 seconds now?
Yeah, I am pulling
What is
up a timer.
Impactor? Incorrect. Shiba Kobe.
Timer of 18 seconds.
Boop, boop, boop.
We'll reveal the answer.
Yeah, let's call it. Who is Rung?
Rung. You were along the right track with Impactor, but he wasn't created by James Roberts. He's from Marvel UK. Yeah, but Rung was created for. Well, he first appeared. He got mentioned in Wreckers. He first appeared in More Than Meets the Eye, and Little Siege Battlemaster was the first figure he ever got.
Cool.
Kaylee is chiming in slow on this one. I hope she's not having too much of a delay.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm guessing, let's see. This would go back to Kaylee again, I believe.
Since no one answers, I think it next goes to Sheba Kobe to pick the question.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I haven't seen Sheba playing, though.
Oh, is Sheba? Kobe not there. Okay.
Well, Sheba, let us know you're alive.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's go around then. And back to RJ Eagle.
Shut him.
Oh, here's Sheba Kobe. Sheba Kobe. Next question.
Oh, she was alive. Is getting dinner. So
She lives.
Because she knows that she's even playing. If she was gone to get dinner, I don't even know if she knows she's in.
Well, she will get a chance to be in. Sheba, you've automatically been drafted into the Children of Primus's Transformers Jeopardy game. So at
You've
the
been
moment,
drafted in the Robot War.
Yeah. Well, yes, she said, no, I do not know how I'm playing, but great.
So, Sheba, it's Jeopardy. They're going to give you the question, or they're going to give you the answer. You have to come up with the proper question. You're going to chime in with the letter X in the comments.
That is correct. So at the moment, I believe Kaylee is going again, and it says, I'll take big screen bots for 500.
Ooh, boy.
Let's do it all the way. All the way.
Nothing.
So these 3 2007 movie characters were all supposed to be Soundwave at different points in the film's development before having their identities changed.
They tried real hard to get him in that first movie.
Yeah.
Okay, and the timer begins. So I'm giving you 30 seconds. Begins now.
Just play the Jeopardy music in your head so we don't have to pay for any royalties here.
I'll keep cutting in and out of like da da da.
No way, it's not from the same person. What if we all just took turns singing a part of it?
Nah.
So yeah, we sing a few notes here. Da-da.
What if we somehow got like in tune enough that like each of us could do one note descending down that column and it was still like timed out properly? That would take some skill.
That would take some
yeah,
skill.
yeah.
And probably a better internet connection than a few of us have.
Okay, nobody knows.
Nobody knows. 30 seconds is up.
Nobody knows who is Soundwave.
Does anybody else want to jump in before we reveal the answer?
Whoa! Oh, we have an answer. Here we go. Kaylee chimed in.
What is Ravage, Laserbeak, and Frenzy?
Bam. close.
No, unfortunately.
Or Blackout, Barricade, and Frenzy.
Yeah, you can even see the concept art there. Blackout was going to be Soundwave at an early point in development that got changed. At one point, Barricade was going to be Soundwave, hence Frenzy coming out of his chest. They changed it into Barricade, and then Frenzy at one point was going to be Soundwave, and then they made him into Frenzy.
Who also turned into that portable CD player.
Yeah,
exactly.
They all you can all sort of see traces of Soundwave in all three of them based on what they do and what they look like, but ultimately they all got turned into different characters.
You bastard! You killed Soundwave.
Hey, he was in the next one.
They killed him in that one too.
Which was really cool because it was Frank Welker.
No, didn't kill him till the third one.
No, he was in the second one. He was a satellite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they killed him in the third one, though.
Right.
That's true.
Great question. Yeah, good question.
Did they
Okay,
kill
so-
him?
Yeah,
three.
Bumblebee defeated
Ripped his
him
spine
after
out.
they tried to after they tried to gun them down. Execution style. Remember, these movies are violent.
Shiba Kobe, let's go to you for the next question. Pick a category and value.
Bayformers is not your strength, so perhaps one of the other categories.
Yep.
Yeah, Stephen Bach's right. They both got to be. Barricade in particular became an original character that's showing up in a bunch of other things now.
Yeah.
Okay, let's have Beast to Bot for 100, please, Alex.
That's the way.
Okay. So, according to one of the Beast Wars showrunners, the Vok were descendant from these Marvel Comics Generation 2 antagonists.
Damn, this is what you picked for the 100 question?
Wow.
Yay. Is this 100? But 100 is in the middle, so yeah, it was middle.
This is true.
Yeah, this category actually gets incredibly difficult. So yeah, mid-tier question.
So 30
My
seconds,
question is-
Shiba Kobe, you have an answer.
Where is the bonus one? Is there a bonus one in here that you spin and just get whatever, like on Jeopardy, the bonus, the hidden bonus?
So in
Yeah,
Jeopardy,
double.
there is a daily double, exactly, and like the
Yeah.
contestants would put in their bidding as much as they have like in their pot, but not this edition. Let's do that. What is the swarm? Oh my! Bing bing! Give Shiba Kobe the points.
Yo, you got it.
Wow!
I'm impressed.
I'm impressed.
Nice.
I'm impressed.
I'd like to
Yeah.
note, like, this was never confirmed because they never managed to make it onto the show, but the showrunners said that they intended them to be the Swarm from Marvel Generation 2. Maybe if Beast Wars had kept going past 3 seasons, they might have gotten into it, but who knows?
Right?
Damn.
Yeah. Great concept. Awesome.
Nice.
Okay, Shiba Kobe. Next question. Video Daily Double. Next edition, RJ Eagle. We'll have more features next edition.
Yeah.
RJ Eagle, this is Children of Primus from day one has been held together with duct tape and hope. So,
What is this? Red green?
25.
yeah, that's
didn't know
for
we
the
were
red
on
green
red
of
green.
Transformers.
You guys got duct tape? What?
Yeah. The total amount of characters Scott McNeil voiced on Beast Wars. 30 seconds on the clock.
I know the answer to these one. I know the answer to this one.
There's this one incredible scene or panel that Scott did where he was voicing all of these characters in a car ordering burgers in a drive-through. Absolutely phenomenal. We have an answer. What is 3? Sorry, incorrect. Anyone else? RJ Eagle chimes in. What is 5? Incorrect.
Oh no.
Kaylee. Kaylee, it's to you.
Stephen Bach says duct tape is kinky.
If they don't find you handsy. If they don't find you handsome, they'll sure find you handy.
Mandy. Oh God, red green. Oh God. Red
Oh, and
God.
Kaylee has
Who
answered.
is? Yeah.
Oh, bonus, eh?
Very good.
She got all. She didn't just give the amount. She named the characters. That's impressive.
Yeah. Boom. Nailed it. Kaylee goes points.
A lot of people forget about Silverbolt because he was added in the second season. Because I guess having him do 3 characters wasn't enough.
See, I told you guys. I knew the answer. He did that many guys.
You might be winning if you were playing.
Yeah. There is no 5th one. Those were the 4 guys he did.
My answer would have been if I was playing. He did that many guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
That
feel
would
bad
be
'cause
his negatives.
I met Scott McNeil at what was that, BotCon? Oh God.
Professor D says Kaylee with the comeback, and RJ Eagle asks, "Are we allowed to use Google?"
I know.
Which Professor D says no.
Yeah, Toyo, you're going to say 2010 at Florida there.
Maybe it might have been the 06 one. Or the 07 one. God, no, I can't remember. But I met him, and I was just not into Beast Wars and just wasn't interested in anything that he was saying. I feel bad now that that Anthony got me to sit down finally and watch Beast Wars.
Yeah, like he's a talented guy.
So RJ Eagle says, "Gotcha," and Kaylee, it is over to you to pick a category.
Yes. We're trying to put the timer on there to prevent you from Googling it.
As Commander Data would say, this is currently a lull in the conversation, which he would then attempt to create small talk.
I just saw that clip the other day because you
Speaking of
always
Next
recommend
Generation,
the next gen clips.
remember when Trebek passed and everybody wanted Jordy to host Jeopardy? Like that was like a big thing online for like a week.
Yes,
I would have loved it. Not even just because of Star Trek, but because of Reading Rainbow too. I'm like, it just felt like a natural fit.
So I was watching Reading Rainbow way before.
He took the higher ground on that, because when they didn't pick him in whatever politics, he's just like, he just said his piece, didn't insult anybody, and just walked away.
Yeah, one of the classiest people. So
yeah, Lamar.
So, Kaylee says, "I'll take classic toys for 200." This big 1986 movie toy was supposed to be an original Floro Dairy design, but was replaced by a Diaclone repaint, one of the last ones to get used by Transformers.
this was one of mine. So you can direct your hatred at me.
That's a good question. This is a good question. One I happen to know the answer to, so this shouldn't be too difficult. That's why it's in the 200 category.
What's up with these 100 questions? They seem harder than the 2s.
Kaylee has a little bit of a delay, so we're going to give her a little bit of leeway. Don't tell me when, Professor D. Is RC? Unfortunately, no. Shiba Kobe.
So, Shiba Kobe's next. Do you have an answer?
What is Ultra Magnus? We'll accept that, but it's actually who is Ultra Magnus?
Yeah, that's acceptable.
What is Gamora?
Since I guess I'm just yeah.
Totally.
Ultra Magnus is a robot. That's what he is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, as a bit of trivia, Orion Pax, as he appeared in War Dawn, that was a repurposing of what was going to be Ultra Magnus's design after they decided to not go with it as an original one. So he was supposed to look like that, but like bigger.
As Professor D didn't say, I know this one. Alter Ego was going to say Fortress Maximus.
It wasn't in the movie.
No. And Shiva Kobe, what? Who? Potato? Potato?
It's potato.
Ah, potato, yes. So, Kaylee, you get to
No, it's Shiba
pick.
Kobe.
Sorry, Shiba
Shiba
Kobe.
Kobe.
You get to pick another category. Dum.
Da, 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 da.
Beast Bots for 50.
Okay.
This 1986 Beast Wars retail toy line consisted.
96.
Sorry, 96?
Yeah.
Okay, 96 Beast Wars retail toy line consisted of these 4 class sizes.
We had an episode about this.
Yep.
Mhm.
I got an answer, but I know it's not the right one. No, I'm not going to say it.
So for me, this was very important because looking at that Sears Christmas catalog in 1990, I think it was 96, I guess. It was 95? Anyways, but the Sears catalog that year, I would make sure I'm circling exactly, I'm underlining. Pretty sure I had highlighter too. Like I know exactly every little bit and detail of that toy there.
Oh, where did that come from? Like as soon as like any department store catalogs came from, like automatically we went to the toy section and just circled things that we wanted.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, kids knew how to bug their parents.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sears catalog and the Lane's catalog for the U.S., or at least my area of the U.S.
Cool.
Right.
Consumers all the way. Consumers
Yeah,
all the way.
we have something you guys never had, and it was amazing, called Consumers Distributing. And essentially
Yep.
it was like a direct connection to the wholesalers. So things were like almost half price. Like I guess like
Oh my.
like it wasn't retail price. Yeah. So you would walk in, and there was a desk, and there was essentially a phone book, and the book was so big it was like a double, triple size phone book. And at the we're giving Shiba Kobe some time because it's a little delayed. And like you flip through this catalog and like you pick whatever item instead of like going through department store, and some guy runs to the back and goes and gets it and brings it out for you, and you pay like fraction of the price.
Yeah, I remember that. I got some Thunderbird vehicles that way one time.
That sounds a
Nice.
lot like
Thunderbirds.
service merchandise.
Okay.
Well,
We had a
You
store
know
called
what?
service merchandise.
the way I picture consumers is like that's what we should be as stores nowadays. We should go to
We
a
have
town,
our answer. Our
pick our
question.
stuff.
We do have our answer. I think that was going to Shiba Kobe. That's fine. Kaylee gets the points there. That's the correct one.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching that episode. Okay, Kaylee.
Basic.
Give Kaylee the points.
Deluxe.
Pick the next question.
Mega. And Ultra.
Nice.
Yeah, but like consumers, the store to me is like where we should be right now with our stores, where we go in, or just sit in our cars and use our tablets, pick our products, and have them right there. Go pick them up at a side window.
Shiba Kobe's like, hey, I don't remember.
Okay, so still over to Kaylee to pick the next category.
Sorry, RJ. RJ.
Is Kaylee minus 725?
That is correct.
She still has a chance to catch up. It's not detrimental. There's plenty of
I
things
know.
to get. Yeah.
Okay.
RJ, we totally. Sorry, RJ. Next time.
Did we add her points for her correct size class one?
This almost seems like an SNL skit, with like that fake, the fake Alex Trebek and not Roger Moore. Who's the other James Bond?
Sean Connery.
Sean Connery, yes.
Yeah, like
That was
RJ
such a
Eagle,
good
you
one.
can't yell boo if you're the contestant.
Yeah. Okay, before we go to the next question, let's just go back to that last one and give Kaylee the point. So just open the question and like the plus for that.
No, I did believe. Did I not give it to her?
No.
Oh,
So I asked why she had 725.
Got it.
oh, was she at 775 before?
No, she's at 725 this whole time.
Okay.
That's why I'm saying
Okay.
she didn't get the points.
Okay, good eye, good eye.
Okay, I will make a note of that. She does
No, just
have.
you can go back to the question and just add it from there. Like if you just.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Actually, where was the question?
Yeah, I forget to. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, 100. Beast bot. Sorry, my
Nope.
bad. 50.
There we go.
And then plus. Righto. Even if you have double, that's okay.
There we go. And yes, Professor D had noticed as well. So Kaylee has said big screen bots for 50.
The search for this. Sorry.
No, you go ahead.
The search for this artifact triggered the Autobots in Decepticons 2007 Voyage to Earth.
Now we're entering the casual questions.
I don't know this one.
You don't know this one.
Nope.
Where were you in 2007?
Yeah.
Not in a good place.
I'm watching Michael Bay.
Dude, this was like the first live-action Transformers. You must have had at least a little bit of interest, despite it being Shia LaBeouf. Oh, but Megan Fox. Like, come on, Megan Fox.
I didn't watch it until 2 years later.
Kaylee answers.
They weren't searching for Megan Fox.
They should have been.
Is the Cybertron cube incorrect?
Oh no. So Shiba Kobe gets to answer.
Yep. Shiba Kobe. What is the Allspire? Correct.
Before time began, there was the cube.
Yeah, that's right.
That was it.
Okay. Yeah, Shiba Kobe.
And Peanut Gallery answers. Charlie C says they were looking for a boombox. And Professor D says they were looking for the Tesseract.
Do you think Jeopardy would be better or worse with a peanut gallery shouting stuff during it?
Yeah. Definitely different style.
Mm-hmm.
Like, who's line Jeopardy?
Shiba Kobe, you get to pick the category. Alright, and she says, let's take Beast to Bots for 200, please, Alex. Before Gorilla Optimus Primal and T-Rex Megatron were released, they were transformed into these alt modes.
Another one, you have to go pretty far back, but another one that readers of my bot reviews would probably know pretty easily.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Was it a kitty
We have
cat?
an answer. Correct. So I remember seeing these commercials, and it's like, wait a second, that's so. How come it's not the same that's in the show? And, this came out way before the gorilla. I think it even came out before the cartoon came out.
Yeah, that's basically why they weren't on the cartoon, because like the toy line was out for like almost a year before the show was on the air, I believe. They just skipped to the expensive ones instead of these originals in terms of what they adapted.
That's cool.
Of course, the other contestants knew the answer.
Yes. Kaylee also knew the answer too, but it's still Shiba Kobe's play. And
yeah.
He also mentioned, I remember reading the backs of the boxes and being very confused when Beast Wars aired.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Let's go, Shiba Kobe.
There we go. And so, don't call him Nemesis Leo Prime. This foul-tempered, dark-colored Prime looks a lot like the Legacy Lion, but made his debut in both toy and comic form across the pond in 2023.
This is insanely hard unless you're a regular reader of my stuff.
So I wasn't sure. I either had to make a new category for this question or fit it in with Beast to Bot, and I figured it kind of fit. With,
it fits.
Right? Although it's Beast Wars second or Beast Wars Neo. Beast Wars second? Beast Wars second.
Yeah, Beast Wars second.
Stephen Bach mentioned the Bat and Alligator were also the G1 Op and Megs in new bodies.
Yeah, that was interesting. Some of the earliest, before there was a show, when it was just like hack-in comic in the backs of the boxes. Originally, this was this idea of it being a more direct sequel that didn't get picked up when they started making the show.
Why is your tail all puppy? Relax.
They're just really into the drama of things.
You can't play Jeopardy. No friends or family.
We got answers, but none from Shiba Kobe.
Isn't the first person that presses X get the answer?
Well, it actually goes to the person who chooses the question first. If they either get it wrong or time out, the other contestants have an opportunity to get those points. However, both other contestants answered incorrectly, and Shiba Kobe's time is essentially up, so everyone loses points.
Oh dear.
Well, no one loses points. No one gains any.
They don't lose
You
points.
answered wrong.
Okay.
Yeah, if you answer wrong, you should get your points removed.
Yeah, but if you don't answer,
that's probably why Shiba didn't answer.
If you don't answer, then you don't lose anything.
Yeah, that's correct.
If we're doing, standard Jeopardy.
Mm-hmm.
We should have made it more like Trivial Pursuit then.
Kaylee answered who is Black Leo Convoy.
Correct.
This is a curveball. That's just the Japanese name for Nemesis Leo Prime.
Yeah.
RJ Eagle also asked, what is Nemesis Breaker?
That is an unrelated black lion. And I'm not talking about Voltron.
I was working on a Keith joke there.
Enough.
Oh gosh.
Enough.
Well, as a question is who
Yeah. Well, let's go to the answer here. Who is Dark Amber Leo Prime?
Or
Who's Dark
Doubt.
Amber Leo Prime?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They decided he was going to be a completely different character, and they made a manga about him. He is the dead body of Leo Prime brought to life with some of Unicron's essence to be not a villain, but a reluctant hero, because his matrix compels him to do good even though he doesn't really want to.
Steven Box says Nemesis Breaker was Cybertron, and Charlie C says Form Blazing Sword. So we have a few questions left on the board. Who is going?
Yeah. So who chooses next? I forgot who chose previous. Oh, it would be RJ Eagle who goes next. So RJ Eagle, next questions to you.
On that note, everybody, I'm going to take off. My headphones are about to die. They're yelling at me. So until next time, see you all later.
Take care, sir.
Bye-bye.
With me, a polite British voice goes, battery low, at random intervals.
Yeah.
No, if it's British, it's battery low.
Oh, gosh.
This one.
Battery low.
Bluetooth connected. That's if you guys got one of those
Magnus.
Chinese stuff.
Is it me that's leaving? That was Freak that left.
Mm-hmm.
That's too funny. Yeah.
You
always leave early, though.
Yeah, used to hearing you say 4 a.m. comes around real quick.
Yep.
It does, but I'm working on something, so
Nice.
my son will drive tomorrow. I'll sleep on the rad.
So RJ
This
Eagles,
Takara toy line.
Mm-hmm.
This Takara toy line of tiny chibi-fied race cars served as an inspiration for the microchains toys that would become the Generation 1 mini-bots.
Oh, I finally got a question I could have answered.
I don't know what the hell chibi-fied is, so...
It's when, things of, exaggerated cute proportions, like when they got the big head and the small body.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. See,
Yeah.
they did a really funny sketch cartoon with these voice actors in Japan. I guess based on these characters, but that was later on.
Okay, about 15
Not actually
seconds.
the same line, but close. RG Eagles googling it.
Yeah, I start to realize that I think a big strength of these, a lot of them are not easy to casually Google.
Not easy.
Which is good.
Coin Racers, close but incorrect. You have the right concept.
Very close concept.
Shiba Kobe. Incorrect.
Oh no.
Yeah,
Kaylee,
Shiba's
try
got
to
it.
give it a shot.
Oh, you know what? This is debatable because that's what they were released as in other parts of the world. In fact, Toy Warp's holding them up.
Get out.
Oh, this is an edge case.
Uh-huh.
They're both, and that's how they worked. That's how the original ones worked.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought the concept was like they were playing on penny racers, but they're Transformers. But
Yeah. The penny racers and is what this is. That's what they're called in Japan.
Well, not everybody has a penny.
Yeah, Choro Q. So, I'm not sure how to credit that in this case because both of those they weren't wrong, really.
right? Okay, everyone gets the points.
We'll give everyone a point because then
Everyone gets the points.
Everyone
did answer. Transformers Q, penny racers, and coin racers. So essentially, yeah, everyone got it right. Okay, good. Educated.
That's on me. I probably should have specified that in the answer that penny racers was also an acceptable response.
And we
Didn't
say
even
that
think about
because
that
tell
today.
me that that's not Cliff Jumper.
Yeah, that's literally the
just
the
doesn't
micro
transform.
change toy. Yeah, the micro change toy changed into that.
Wait, so who?
Let's go back to RJ Eagle.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. You have the board. The board is yours. You are the chairman of the board.
Cora Qs are so awesome, and the Q Transformers are just so cute. I love those things.
I have Coro Q Rodimus Prime, which that was what the picture was of. Because yeah, they eventually went back and did Transformers again.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Oh, that's a very clever set that Stephen Bach's talking about.
Mm-hmm. Oh, RJ, next question. Oh, there we go.
I'll take classic toys for 500. Long before collaborative Gigawatt, this late G1 Transformer was the first to change into a DeLorean, though their Siege update had to change it to a generic car.
Yeah. This was one of mine. I feel like whenever everybody gets walloped with one of these, I need to be like, yeah, I'm sorry.
I don't remember his name, but I remember I had him.
It's a start.
Yeah, I have this figure, and I didn't realize what his alt mode was until reading this question.
A DeLorean. It's not I spelled DeLorean, but I'll let it slide.
That was also me because I would have typed this up.
RJ Hagel, you have a few seconds left.
It is a tough one. It is a really tough one. Don't blame me for not knowing it. Anybody else?
Okay, I need to step away for a second.
He feels really bad about this question. We could probably call it on this one. This is a really difficult one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
As well,
no. Yeah.
Anyone else have this?
Nobody's gonna know this. Who is Swindler? Swindler.
I'd never know his name. I had a bunch of these guys. They came out with these guys kind of like an answer to Micro Machines, because at the time Micro Machines was really blowing up.
Mm-hmm.
Because these guys were super small. I had a bunch of them, and I literally our future guest, Big Redhead Toys and Comics. I literally like shoved them onto his desk one day. What the hell are these? Because I had no idea.
Oh, if I didn't, because I had a set of them. There was there was a whole bunch of them. I had this character. There was the 4 sports cars for Autobots, the military crew. So it was like 4 military Autobots, 4 sports cars, and then 4 Decepticon sports cars. And then there was I believe it was Hot House. It was like the fire station with the airplane, and the gas station with the monster truck. What's funny is, I think D has the updated version of. Right, I also had the Autobot emergency vehicles, and D had the updated version of these MicroMasters. The 88 versions are better quality than the most recent ones that came out.
You know, I can't help but wonder if Hasbro had a motivation in naming him Swindler, figuring DeLorean made his money to build the cars by selling cocaine. Swindler. That's
I wonder.
Yeah, it kind of makes me wonder now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Interesting.
The things you learn. Off-road patrol.
What did I miss?
That was a good one too. So nobody got it as expected.
I don't know if that's good or bad.
Well, the funny thing is, I couldn't tell you the names of all of those characters. So even though I had them, I couldn't tell you.
No.
One rather notorious thing I remember, there's this popular unofficial Transformers guide I had a copy of by J.E. Alvarez, and one of the big criticisms about it was he didn't bother naming the Micromasters when it came time to take pictures of them all. Mm-hmm. It was just like this patrol, that patrol, because I'm like, they could not, being, pre-easy internet, they just were like, man, I don't know who these guys are.
Mm-hmm. Next question is to Kaylee.
That is correct.
Still plenty of points to be made here. Still plenty of points. This is anybody's game.
Yeah. As punishment for the tough question. High jump and Toad. Toad's totally.
High jump, I think, was the monster truck, no?
Yeah.
That makes sense. I traded mine all into Chuck for other G1 stuff.
Kaylee will take classic toys for 50.
Sorry about the spell over there.
This obscure G1 Autobot's name was so embarrassing that fans managed to get them inducted into the official Hall of Fame.
So you know this one.
Mm-hmm.
Can't be too difficult.
A low-key grail of mine, I regret passing on this, was there was a G1 of this answer at a TFCon a couple of years ago that I regret not getting, and I would very much like to grab it on general principle if I ever see it again for a good price.
Shiba Kobe is going to jump in with the answer if Kaylee doesn't get it, so we're still waiting for Kaylee's answer.
Even if you didn't know, you could probably piece it together. Just who is Blur? Nope, incorrect, Caleb.
Oh
no. Shiba Kobe is next. Shiba Kobe, what do you think? Who is Erector? Correct.
One who puts buildings up.
Right, yeah, that's what it does. That's what he does, yes.
Yeah. There was a whole campaign for fans, I think it was in 2011, to get him into the Hall of Fame. And credit to the designers, they decided to play ball and just let it happen.
Nice. Right on. Good job.
Erector is an Autobot Micromaster from, I think, the very final year of the toy line. It came with a big transforming crane.
Yeah, that says something.
Oh, I always seen the little animated figure about that one. So, Kaylee gets Shiba Kobe gets to pick the category.
I guess I missed it, but the funny books, I'm assuming, is just comics.
Yep.
Okay.
Funny you should say that.
Funny you should say that.
So, you'll need to step over Simon Furman's dead body if you want to make Transformers comics with this self-proclaimed superstar artist.
There's a lot I could have said here.
There was a time where I really would have loved to have met this guy.
If we wouldn't get copyright slammed, I'd say forget Jeopardy music. I'm sure there's a lot of Sunbow suspense themes that we could roll instead.
This is true.
Yeah. Totally. Yeah.
Yeah, I would like to mention that it's been almost 2 years now. I've taken part in the Transformers Wiki's comic reading club, where we read a few issues every week and talk about them. So this has rapidly become a subject of which I am extremely well acquainted in general. This whole category.
Nice. Who's Daniel Warren Johnson? Incorrect. Anybody else? Stephen Bach. Oh boy. Even RJ's having some stress answering this one.
And this was what, the 50 one?
The 50.
This was 50. I thought this was a 50 question. Oh wait, that was Kaylee who answered. Shiva Kobe still hasn't answered.
Maybe Shiva doesn't want to answer, so she doesn't get the answer wrong and minus the points. She's
Right.
She's really figured out how this point system's working.
As Professor D says, who is Stephen Bach? Well, actually, I will add back Kaylee's points, maybe because now Shiva Kobe has answered. Who is Jeff Sr.?
Yeah, actually, if you do run out of time, you do lose points. You have to answer in the time you're given, or you lose the points.
I think
That's not what we said earlier.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not the way
Pat Lee.
Jeopardy works.
This is correct.
Yeah.
Well, correct in terms of the timeline, but not correct for the answer. So the answer was who is Pat Lee?
The president and superstar artist of Dreamwave Comics until it went bankrupt, and he took all the money in the process.
Now, who does it go over to?
Yeah, who's next? My wonderful fiance has passed me a plate of chicken wings.
Nice.
I want chicken wings.
It's funny how whenever the question ends, so many people are like, oh, I knew this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, Furman wrote stories for Dreamwave, which meant that he worked under Pat Lee. And in fact, the whole "over my dead body" thing was a quote he said at a convention about him afterwards. That's how much he hated the guy.
Wow.
Because you got to remember, a bunch of people didn't get paid when Dreamwave went went up in flames, right? Including Simon Furman. So
Right.
So nobody, including him, has fond memories of this guy.
Wait, so who is picking next? Because we only have a few questions left on the board.
I was muted. Sorry, it's Shiba Kobe's turn.
Okay.
Decepticons jamming out to our stock music. Who's got the music going anyway?
Oh, I do. It's part of StreamYards.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
I would figure it would have been a creation of yours.
Not this time. I was
You
thinking.
could totally
about it.
take credit.
This is true.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, you can take credit because technically nobody owns it. So
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Shiba Kobe.
So I'll take classic toys for 25, please.
Safe choice.
This unlucky Autobot had 3 separate toys planned during Generation 1, and none of them saw release. Yeah, to be fair, we're going to make a 1-minute timer.
Who did you really expect
What
to see them?
we need to say is, if you don't know the answer and it's your turn, go ahead and put in pass.
Very
see,
good rule.
correct. No, you do lose that. You have to answer. Even if you don't answer, you still lose the points.
That is a correct answer, yeah. 3 different toys planned at different stages. None of them made release.
RC, and this is a 87 render image of RC. I just wanted to mention that. That's where I got the image from.
Yeah. First, she was going to be one of the 86 cars alongside Hot Rod, Cup, and Blur. That one got canceled. Then they were going to repaint Chrome Dome the next year into Headmaster RC. That also got canceled. And then right at the tail end of the line, they designed an Action Master version. That also got canceled.
Wow. So Shiba Kobe, it's still over to you to pick a category.
Going.
These are good beats.
Yeah.
Sounds like the in between. Oh, go ahead.
There's a modern toys for 500, please, Alex. Right. The Legacy Velocitron Speedia 500 subline incorporates a race where the winner is rewarded with this title.
Oh, congratulations, Decepticons. I don't know this one.
Yeah, I figured this was going to be a tough one, but for some people who are into the comics, you might know it.
Well, it's funny because I only just read the answer to this when I was looking up 2 other characters, or 1 character, and I got 2 of them for someone else. So, but only reading it once, I don't recall what the answer is. But
What is King of the Road? Good guess, but incorrect.
Oh no.
Anybody else? Anybody else?
Let's say this music sounds like the menu music to Need for Speed.
Oh wow. Can't remember last time I've played Need for Speed.
Yeah, right.
So there's the 1986 movie poster done in Transformers.
Yeah, oh, that's lovely.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Wonderful.
Which cup is that? Is that the Studio Series?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool.
Tough question. Understandable.
King of the Road, Prime.
What is the fastest? No, incorrect.
Professor D says, well done, Bill. I've read the miniseries from the end of IDW. Have seen the OG namesake in Cybertron / Galaxy Force. And so Kaylee says, what is the fastest? So is that also incorrect? Decepticons?
Also incorrect. Incorrect.
Oh, no.
If RJ isn't going to get this, maybe let's go to the answer. No RJ.
No RJ.
No.
People's Google searches are on fire tonight.
right. Let's call it. What is the ruler of Velocitron or leader of the Senate? So, depending on what IDW continuity, one is ruler of the Senate or head of Senate, or ruler of Velocitron. Either way, it's pretty much the same thing.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a political system based on whoever can race the fastest. Surely that's not going to cause problems.
Right.
I'm in.
I'm in too. Stephen Box says, "Who is Professor D, Robot Daddy?" RG Eagle then answered, "What is the Gold Cup?"
So now it's RJ's turn to guess, or to choose a category.
RJ, choose a category.
RJ's going to go for the hard question right away. I feel it.
Get it out of the way.
Just go for the 500.
Rip that Band-Aid off.
Just jump right into the deep end and learn to swim.
Actually, this music kind of sounds like High on Life, too. A video game called High on Life.
I could feel that.
There we go. Modern toys for 50.
Boo! No, it's fine.
This Shattered Glass Decepticon definitely only got a new toy because of their star-making role as a normal Decepticon in Brian Ruckley's IDW Transformers comics.
This buttery voice brought to you by Spin.
DJ Spinister.
Which is funny because back in the day, I'd only speak with my hands on the turntables. You'd never hear my voice.
Oh, interesting.
Sounds like we should have.
Yeah.
Sounds like we should have heard it, yeah.
And Stephen Box says, "Rip off that body hair like that Band-Aid is wax."
Funny story, I used to own a waxing salon. Didn't work there, but
why would you put people through that?
Yeah.
Because
they wanted
paid him to, that's why.
They wanted it. They paid good money to get those Brazilians.
The Brazilians and eyebrows.
Yeah.
So RJ Eagle says, "Who is Soundwave with the bandana?"
This is also very incorrect. This is also a very difficult question if you're not reading the IDW comics.
Anyone else?
Spin is DJing live this weekend, if you want to see him. No, it is a difficult question. Understandable. Let's call it. This was an incredibly difficult question for 50. Yeah.
This was another one of mine.
Yeah.
Who is Flame War?
Flame War.
Who is Flame War?
Flame War is a Decepticon. Yeah, you'll have to read my bot reviews, Brian Ruckley's comics, maybe the Shattered Glass comics. It's an obscure character that got popular because Brian Ruckley gave her like a important role in the comics, and she's a really weird, fun character. And then they made a toy in the Shattered Glass line, presumably because that was the only place they could fit it.
which Stephen Bach was going to throw out the hint, is named after a term to describe a chat blowing up online, which is a flame war.
Yeah, right? Good luck Googling that one.
Yeah.
Next question is to Kaylee. Flame War, aka Anthony's waifu.
I don't know if you're wondering what she looks like.
Here you go.
Yep. Released in the Shattered Glass line as a heroic Decepticon. Definitely meant to be a new toy of the gremlin that was in Brian Ruckley's stuff.
Yeah, RJ, I'm with you.
A flame war is what everybody's going to start with me now.
Well, as we've mentioned before, within a collective, someone will have a character. As obscure as it may be, someone will have that toy.
Yeah. Kaylee's really wanted to make her money back here, so she's going for funny books for 500. Excellent choice. This obscure Decepticon became a niche fan for favorite Marvel Comics writer Bob Budiansky. Gave him a spotlight story that saw him become a movie star.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, I remember this character.
Yeah, like if you read the old Marvel comics, you know who this is.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. We have Shiba Kobe on hold, thinking maybe with the answer.
Maybe go through your long boxes.
RJ Eagle's still Googling it.
But this is like the second question out of all of these that I've been able to answer.
Oh, nice.
Cool.
Glad to hear I didn't make them 100% impossible, just 75%.
The obscure thing was the last one was the one I could have answered.
Jeez.
Wow.
Well, I guess. If
Wow.
You get a toy.
About Flame War.
Yeah, that's right.
I guess if you got
Yeah.
the toy, it's gonna make sense. Yeah.
Yeah. Who's Skullgrin? Way to go, Shiba Kobe. Correct.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. We're still waiting for Kaylee.
Oh, that's right. Okay, time's up. Shiba Kobe gets it. Who is Deadlock? No, unfortunately.
No.
Who's Ratbat? No, unfortunately, RJ.
So, a movie director happens to find Skullgrin around the woods and is like, "You want to be the monster in our latest movie?" And he's like, sure." And that's how the story starts. very ineffectual as a villain.
Yeah.
Shiba Kobe says, I was reading a comics when this happened.
Yeah.
Professor
Good
D is
timing.
asking Bill, when was the last time you were up this late on a school night?
Right.
Been a while.
Okay, yeah. So let's just give it to Shiba Kobe. There was an image there, but that's okay. Shiba Kobe.
Oh, let me go back. There we go. Yep, I remember that.
You can get the full image on Blogbox Review.
Yeah.
So we have 6 questions left for the evening.
Ah.
Who do we give it over to?
This one goes to Shiba Kobe. Let's do those funny books for 100. Flux. This ex-Decepticon became a member of the G.I. Joe in pages of IDW's comics.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you saw some comic covers, you could probably get this.
I think I know this.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Shiba Kobe answers, who is Skywarp?
Right, correct.
Yeah. And there's a panel of it.
There's my boy.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Good stuff.
Kaylee answered after who was Swindle. So fortunately, so Shiba Kobe has already answered it, so no points lost on that one. But it's still Shiba Kobe's play. Five questions left on the board.
We got new music. And we have a cat.
Yeah.
Oh, you could hear that, can you? Sorry.
Oh, that's fine.
She's doing her little night calls there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
So, for Shiba Kobe, long before the Bumblebee movie, this classic Autobot had a very similar spotlight story where he was taken in and cared for by a young lady until his Decepticon pursuers caught up to them.
I distinctly
Once again,
remember.
think way back. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember when I was a kid and I was reading this. I had a beanbag chair and I first got like my hands on G1 Marvel Comics, and it was this very interesting storyline. This part of the comics arc.
And I'm not the first person to point out that the plot of the Bumblebee movie, whether intentionally or not, we don't know, winds up being awfully similar to the plot of this.
Yeah. I felt it was maybe a little bit intentional.
Gentleman and lady, I'm going to head on out. It's very late. I'm turning into a pumpkin here.
All right, sir.
Right on,
That's
Mr.
fair.
Magnus. Happy birthday again.
Yes, happy birthday.
Thank you, guys.
Good seeing you, man.
Good luck, contestants.
See you
I'll
next
watch
week.
the rest of the video tomorrow.
Cool.
Right out. Ciao.
So, Shiba Kobe's answer is who is Smokescreen.
No. Close and correct. Kaylee's already answered who's Cliff Jumper. Incorrect. It's left to RJ. If you have an answer, RJ. I believe the voice actor shared in the G1 show shared a voice actor with Bumblebee.
Really? That's another interesting coincidence.
Am I not? I hope I'm right.
What's Kvass? Oh, Cavassier.
Oh gosh. Past the Cavassier.
As soon as I said it out loud.
Professor D says spin due to voice.
What voice?
Yeah, which voice?
He has many voices.
Unless he's speaking of a specific
Now I know who it is.
mm-hmm.
Because Spin is a little.
Who's
He's a little popular for being able to do the voice. Yeah.
The voice.
Incorrect, RJ. The answer is who is Skids? Who's Skids?
That is
Dan
correct.
Gilvezan. Yeah, voiced by Dan Gilvezan, who also voiced Bumblebee
And Hotspot.
and Hotspot.
A Marvel issue
few
all
others.
to himself.
and a few other characters, but I'm not sure which particular characters those were, because like they were just like side characters, right?
Mm-hmm.
Side characters often had different voice actors.
It goes to
Professor D said it. I thought it was sea spray. It was not sea spray.
Oh, that's a good voice.
So I thought it was because that's who you're famous for doing the voice for.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. Shiba Kobe. Yeah, Charlene. That was the storyline there. Close though. It goes next to RJ. Am I not right? I think it does go to RJ. Yeah, that was a cool storyline to read in those early comics.
You know, it's the rare times that Skids that the focus was on Skids, whereas he only was slightly included in 2 episodes in G1, but in the comic like he had his own focus.
Yeah, just like with Skullgrim, I think that's the most he's ever actually done over the years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I had an interesting connection then with Skids because I felt like while everyone else was watching the TV show, I was one of the few kids who read the comics, and I felt like a little bit of an extra connection to Skids because I knew this extra storyline. Yeah. So it's very cool storyline. RJ, next question.
Professor D says, "Sorry for leading you astray, Toy Warp."
Happens to the best of us.
Professor D, RJ, we should have got that dough. Dough.
All right.
Shiba Kobe says, I have a near photographic memory of reading the Marvel comics as a kid in the corner store. LOL, even though I read each exactly once.
That's cool.
Right.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Better in my memory.
RJ Eagle says, true, Professor D. And Shiba Kobe says, I think I missed some though. And then, I feel the same way because I have not read my comics since I first got them back then. But there are some issues I do remember.
I'd be impressed if you managed to read every issue over the course of like the 6-7 years they came out at that same corner store. So
RJ Eagle says, I'll take modern toys for 100. So this buggy G1 Decepticons toy originally came out in 1985, and then he never received another official one until last year in the buzzworthy Bumblebee line.
You can read all about it in bot reviews.
This is a good question because I really felt that they should have redone this particular character. Or even this particular line of characters.
Professor D says Shiba Kobe, that's true focus. Which Shiba Kobe then says, Underbase Saga was my favorite arc, aside all the TFTM level slaughter. And I agree with that as well, because while the Underbase was going on, that's when they were playing that's when they came up with the miniseries of the Headmasters and did a 1,000% better job than the 3 episodes of Rebirth. So they explained the whole concept of Headmasters, Target Masters, and Power Masters, brought them back in to the main comics after the 4 issues. RG Eagle's answer is, who is Bugbite?
Incorrect.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Bugbite's a GoBot.
That is correct.
I know they brought him into some comic line where he's like from the Mirror Universe. He's like Bad Bumblebee now.
Oh, not you too.
No.
2 with the answer, bug bite. Pass. Okay, let's call it.
All right.
Who is Ransack?
Who is Ransack? One of
That's
the
right.
original
One of the
deluxe
Deluxe
Decepticons.
Decepticons, yep.
Hmm.
Never had any official toy again until the buzzworthy one in that 4-pack. How unfortunate for him to have sacks in his game.
I think it was RJ that went last. It's Kaylee's turn to choose a question.
That is correct.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like a 1/32 scale Volkswagen Bug.
Hmm.
If I had him handy, I'd get him out, but man, he's buried.
Who is Zod from
Zod
GoBots?
No, never gotten it up.
No.
Triptychon retool when.
Mm.
Lux and Insecticon eluded a lot of people because of the fact that he only came out in that 4-pack.
Well, I mean, just like a Whirlwind Roadbuster.
That's okay, because 4 of them are missing from mine. I never got them. Got
Yeah,
Whirl.
yeah, I'm missing all 4 as well. Wait, did we say Kaylee's next?
Yeah, Kaylee's got a question here. Big screen bots for 25. I hope this is going to be an easy one. This bot's one and only scene got cut from Rise of the Beast, despite their name still showing up in the movie's credits.
We actually discussed it here on the stream. In fact, I think we brought it up numerous times.
I believe
Yes.
so.
Meanwhile, in Middle Earth,
Mm.
I was going to say, who turned on Dashboard Confidential?
Oh gosh.
meanwhile in Dungeons and Dragons, meanwhile,
So I suppose you would, like, this wasn't really in the movie, but I guess you would have to have seen that YouTube deleted scene footage in order to know this answer. Or maybe watch
this on Children of Primus.
Or watch it on Children of Primus.
Scoochie boochies.
Kaylee's answered, who is Ironhide?
Incorrect.
Unfortunately, no.
No.
Shiba Kobe has passed, but we do have an answer from RJ. The answer is who is Transit? That's correct.
That's a wiener. I mean, a winner.
Correct.
Release the transit cut.
Yeah, right. Yes, coming the points.
He's got the points.
Sweet.
It's probably just for the silliness of it, but like he's a very popular like joke character now, sort of. A lot of people want a studio series figure of him, and since they do concept art guys now, sure, why not?
I think it'd be really cool.
That's always what I wanted to play with as a kid. Was like busts.
Well, yeah, there's never. Hey, some people that's a plus because they're like, there's never been a proper bus transformer toy officially ever.
Yeah, I think for like the people in Toronto, it would be cool if we had like a streetcar transformer that would be like a TTC type of thing.
Nice.
But Proto Man was saying that because he used to ride the bus in Montreal all the time, a Montreal-themed STM version of Transit would be totally awesome.
A trolley bus.
And I agree with that. Yeah.
A trolley bus would be cool.
There's never been a Transformers smart car either. There's reasons for this.
I mean, Transformers Smart Car would just be another mini bot.
That's true. That's true. That is true.
And it kind of already looks like a deformer.
But could you imagine if they did a masterpiece, you know, like with the company Smart Car?
Wow.
Big Smart Car.
Who does make Smart Car? Is that not their brand name?
It was actually a Mercedes deal, and then when they quit making the smart car, they actually got fined because they quit making all the smart car parts that were supposed to make for another 7 years because Mercedes just washed their hands of it. Like, no, we're done.
Wow.
Jesus, really?
Yeah, they were just we want nothing to do with this ever again.
That's crazy.
Oh, I didn't realize they just dropped him like that.
Yeah, and you know who always says gets the end of the stick? The consumer.
Yeah, right.
RJ
Sorry,
Eagle
next
says
question was to RJ.
A streetcar transformer would be incredible.
I'm glad you agree.
Stephen Box says, imagine Transit being in the current TF comics, especially considering how roughly humans are dealt with by cons.
Could you imagine a stubborn old bus transformer who had like been driving people around to their work every morning? Like that's what he's been disguised as. That would be pretty hilarious.
That would be hilarious.
I was an Autobot when I started, but things have changed.
RG Eagle says, I will take modern toys for 25, please. And this Dinobot made their debut in the IDW comics, but you probably know them from the new toy they got in 2023.
Depending, if you're a collector, this is probably an easy one. If you're a collector of modern stuff.
If.
Let me go get it and not show the camera.
Yes.
I'm getting attacked by Soundwave constantly, and my audio keeps cutting out. So I'm sorry if I've interrupted anybody.
Okay.
No, I haven't noticed.
It's all good from here.
Yeah, you're all good.
Mm-hmm. Who is Slash? Incorrect, Kaylee. Sorry.
Not this year, unfortunately.
Well, RJ hasn't answered yet. And Shiwakobe's second, so we'll spare Kaylee on the answer. Let's see. We're still waiting for RJ Eagle.
Rockstar wishes he was playing here. He knows all the answers. Who is Axel Rose Royce?
Oh dear.
I might need a pay raise after this.
What's that sounds like? Dun, 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 dun.
RJ, let's call it. Who is the short, scaly dinosaur? You got it. Or it's spelled Scar. Shiba Kobe's being thorough here. RJ's still Googling it.
Well, RJ said, was a short, scaly dinosaur?
Can we give it to him? Can we give it to him?
The northern thick
Judges?
boy.
What is that answering the? I mean, you guys created the answers. You tell me.
I mean, RJ, all you had to do to get the answer was look up in the comments. That's okay. Yeah, no, that's incorrect. The correct answer is Shiba Kobe mentioned is Scar, or is also spelled Scar. I think there might be a third spelling, but that is correct. Shiba Kobe. Shiba Kobe got it, which is the C spelling.
Can't hear you, Anthony.
Oh, Anthony's muted.
An important part of that new Dinobot combiner.
Shiva Kobe says, I got that guy.
Right on. Shiva Kobe knows because Shiva Kobe's collecting this. Right on.
So we have
one more.
The final question for the evening.
Our final answer.
This goes to Shiva Kobe.
Yeah, same. I'm also waiting for Snarl. No luck. I think I just missed the boat on the pre-orders. I'll have to collect it on the aftermarket.
I don't care what anyone says. His name's Slag, not Slug.
I agree. Right on, Arthur.
All right. And for Shiva Kobe, the final question for the evening. Thanks to the real-life copyright on the name expiring, Hot Rod spent the latter half of IDW Comics going by this new primeless name.
Hopefully a low ball, easy one. Oh, yeah, right there.
Who is Rodimus?
That is correct. Got that quickly.
Yeah.
They made a whole little story about it specifically, just so they could line it up with what the toys were being called.
So Shiba Kobe is the winner of the first round of the Transformers Jeopardy.
Yeah.
Boy, this has been a marathon. I'll tell you what.
Yeah. Thank you, contestants, for playing. That was a lot of fun. Really enjoyed that.
Thank you. Thank you for being our first timers.
Yeah.
Yeah. So those were some of those questions were super hard. Super hard.
This is what happens when you get me to write them.
Yeah. Good job. However, if you're paying attention to the stream or if you're reading those reviews, you should have got them pretty easy.
Yeah. Entirely because it's already stuff that just percolates in my head.
Yeah, right on.
You know, for everyone else who played and didn't win, I would say sign up again and also let everyone else know to join in and try to be a contestant, as we're going to have our round 2 next week Sunday, which Shiba Kobe will automatically be a part of next week's round. So we'll be looking for 2 other contestants.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, registration will be open this week.
There you go. Yeah.
Eagle says, "Wow, that was a tough Jeopardy. I'll sharpen my skills for the next one."
Yeah.
Professor Neem says, "I deem this a success. Well done, team. Thank you."
I read it as, I, Professor, deem this a success.
Whole entire internet.
Well, I'm just actually, Decepticons, do you know the show IT Crowd?
IT Crowd. I was told about this. I was told to look into it, but I haven't seen it. It's for me, apparently. Like I know exactly what this is. No, I have not seen it.
I'm just gonna say, you know, later in the circuit, I think it's like 1 or 2 seasons of it. You know, as Shiva Kobe says, I won, you know, the entire internet. We'll just say, like, you know, we'll present that the entire internet is in this device.
Yes,
that's the entire internet in that device. So you'll get the joke when you watch the series. The RG Eagle says, "Fabulous questions."
They did do a really good job on them, yeah.
Leanne G says, "Congrats, Shiva Kobe." Thank you, Leanne. Shiva Kobe says, "Hopefully I won't be stupid late next Sunday."
Politely, please.
Charlie C says longest Jeopardy yet.
She was usually a little bit late to the thing, but always here though.
It might be as late 6 to 6:30 Pacific. Hard to say, but hopefully we'll see what happens. And Kaylee, I'll pass, but I mean try again because there were, try again. Yeah, it was fun.
Maybe the questions maybe they'll get easier.
Hard to be on stream while I'm in the car. Yeah, that is a little bit extra.
Yes, your box says kind of like to write up some silly Beast Wars questions for next week.
Well, go. It'd be interesting if it comes from a bunch of different sources other than just these two.
Yeah.
So before we sign off for the evening, and Professor D says, keep it PG, Steven. Yes. And RJ Eagle, I'm coming after you, Shiba Kobe. So we've got a friendly competition going on. Toy War Vintage reviews, what do you have coming up for this week?
I'm not too sure what I got coming up for this week other than work, but the Days of Thunder versus Stroker Ace video is done and out. Wow, it was a pain in the butt to do, but it's out on the Cruisers Motorsports channel, so if you want to check that out, you can. And I'm working on more Toy Warp stuff. It's just a matter of time to get into it.
Nice.
Cool. And Decepticons, what about you?
So, big announcement that Decepticons.com toy store will be opening, and no products yet, but it'll be populated with some 3D printing designs I have, some things I've 3D printed, and a pre-order for the NES reproduction Mystery of Convoy game. It's supposed to be ready for Christmas. It might come out a little bit later by the way things are looking. But yeah, check out Decepticons.com and sign up to the newsletter. Good things coming soon.
Cool. And Fair Courage, what about yourself?
I have a bot review that will presumably come out tomorrow. I decided after that Optimus Primal I reviewed went so well, I decided to pick up the cheap little Attacktix Optimus Prime and see what another one of these guys was like. These little $7 things that you can get in uncommon places. They kind of fascinated me. I'd like to show you one unintentional feature I discovered on this guy right now. Because of his transformation, you can do that. You can turn him into a literal monster truck.
Well, it's a cross between Pac-Man, the little robot monsters, and the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle games.
Yeah. What did they... I'm struggling to find the name of this, and I left it blank in my review, hoping I'd remember before tomorrow. What was that line of little vehicles that I think they sold them in the 90s, where you'd like press buttons and they would like have big mouths come out of them and stuff?
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Right.
What are those called? Those have a name. I just forget what they are. This guy can do that.
And a mouth comes out of them?
Yeah, like they chomp and things. They're like monster vehicles.
Mm-hmm.
That was totally like for my age group there.
I think it was it Attack Pack? Maybe.
Even Shiba Kobe says, "Oh shoot, I know."
Mm-hmm.
And also says, back when I was in grade 2, our teacher would ask us trivia questions. My bro was in grade 1 in the same class, and he'd hold my hand up so the teacher would pick me, and I'd know it.
Oh my god, it was Attack Pack by Hot Wheels.
I had the one where it opened and then it flayed out on the sides as well.
Yeah. Yeah. Point is, this guy can unintentionally do an Attack Pack mode because of how he transforms. Definitely not intended, but they should have leaned into that.
Yeah.
This is going to be a future Toy Warp vintage reviews on YouTube video, as he's going to track these down.
Yeah.
Are they vintage enough?
Yeah, I don't do too much from the 90s.
Well, I mean, considering, children nowadays kind of consider 80s and 90s to be vintage or prehistoric.
Yeah, prehistoric. It's from the 1900s.
Mm-hmm. technically it is.
A century ago. A whole
Oh
century.
my god. You can
That's
actually
weird. The
see
only
that.
pictures I'm bringing up of them are of the monster trucks. There's no mouths or anything coming out of them.
Well, yeah, it's a gimmick. Right? You press the button and like they open and chomp, or you pull a lever or something.
Probably like a really forgotten set of toys like Mon Shishi.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There's one that I'm definitely seeing. Like a jet plane.
Yep. I see one. It's like a shark.
Yeah.
It's so
Monster.
weird. It's like I had to have this when I was a kid. Like
No, that's not Hot Wheels.
the commercial was like brainwash me. Like you need this. Like this. you can't live without this.
Shiva Kobe says, I probably clean up on actual Jeopardy, LOL. And it says
Okay, it
we
was
had
the
a
black-
couple of attack pack trucks.
Nice. It was the black bat one I had.
Yeah. The top entry for Attack Pack is on the Hot Wheels wiki, so these are definitely of that era. Yeah. Attack Pack was a line of monstrous trucks and vehicles produced from 1992 to 1994. The main gimmick of these vehicles was their transforming action when they were pressed down, causing them to open their mouths or perform other actions.
Interesting.
I didn't mean to go off on a tangent, but I'm glad I remember what that's called now. I'm going to add that in before it goes up.
And before we slowly sign off for the evening, Shiba Kobe says, anybody remembered the animal which had claws coming out of the tires and it was remote controlled or something?
It wasn't
remember
remote.
that.
Yeah, it
I
wasn't
know
remote
exactly
control,
what
but
is.
it was
The
battery
tires
powered, and it
split,
was
and then like you could like climb
freaking
rocks and things like that. Totally
awesome.
Mm-hmm. That was
God,
awesome.
I want an animal so bad. They're actually really hard to find in working condition for a reasonable price now.
Okay. So for those who want to join in, Professor G says a thunder tank. Yes. So those who want to join in for next Sunday's Transformers Jeopardy, and go to the link which we will put in the description, which is childrenofprimus.com/news and reviews/Transformers Jeopardy. And for everyone watching, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, share it amongst your friends, letting them know about our videos, about our website. Also support our channel through Patreon, because through conversations we've had, I realized, our talented Anthony, aka Fear of Courage, he is a human who writes our news and reviews, so they're not AI generated, nothing of that sort. He sits down, takes the pictures, and writes out these news and reviews. So help support our channel and support our resources.
The AI stands for actual intelligence, as in it's my brain that spits them out.
Yeah.
Which one other website, I believe CBR, that I always make fun of. I think they recently had a Transformers article about something, and once again, just a disaster of an article.
Oh my God.
Just words put together, no concept, and just always off on the mark once they talk about Transformers. Fear of Courage knows what he's talking about, does his research, and gives you a proper review. So always check out his reviews every Monday.
I have to get them out of my head. I'd be writing them somewhere regarding. I'd be writing them on the walls of an asylum.
I know that feeling.
Yeah.
So a part of joining the Transformers Jeopardy is liking all of our YouTube channels. So like our Children of Primus, Toy World Vintage Reviews, Decepticons, like those, our social medias, and become a part of our Discord, discord.childrenofprimus.com, where you can catch all of us having conversations during the week.
Yeah. Also leave suggestions and be more connected with, I guess, what we do here.
I'd also like to thank anybody who did sign up for the thing and then did subscribe to our channels, because I noticed a few extra subscribers on Toy Warp as well. So thank you if you did that.
Cool. And on that note, once again, thank you to all you guys taking your time to hang out with us, and thank you for everyone in the chat. And as we say at the end of every stream, to all are one.
Till all are one.